Alright everybody, here we go. Hi! Hello! Salutations, greetings, what's up? Happy Thursday! Good to see everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Rage Mage. This is the Rage Nation, and welcome to episode 10 of Moonrise at Greenest, where we have players arguing with each other about things they do, and it's great and glorious, but at the end of the day, at the end of the game, the players themselves love each other. The characters having a bit of turmoil, but that's okay. It's fun. It's fun and good times. But it's good to see you all. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Yeah, today is going to be another one of our tabletop streams, so that means a couple different things. First off, this is a D&D stream, so we won't be able to I won't be able to acknowledge chat as much as I would like to. The sound effects have been turned off and everything else like that, all the crazy stuff. Basically, we want to have an experience that is free-flowing, so we don't want interruptions by alerts and things like that. So hopefully that's okay, but I do encourage you all to stay in chat and talk about things and make jokes and comments. the players are watching the chat, or at least some of them are, and I watch occasionally as well. So I will occasionally type some messages out and things like that. Thank you, Luna the Alchemist. That's very nice of you. It's very, very kind. I have affection for you as well. I don't know if it's love. No, I'm just kidding. I love you too. I dropped a thing, though, on the ground. I guess I'll get it later. And I miss you too. I miss seeing you. I'm cutting into your Critical Role viewing, but, you know, I'm sorry. Honestly, like, if I could have found a better slot for this game than Thursday, I would have moved it, but that's the best scheduling day that we could find for all the players involved, so that's all I could do. It's the best I could do. I know. I don't want to compete with Critical Role, and I don't think I can compete with Critical Role, but here we are, streaming on a Thursday. Anyway, that said, the cool thing is they don't start for 2 hours, so you're good. No. Oh, you're just trying to catch up on Campaign 1? Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay, so the next thing we need to talk about is Destiny Points. So Destiny Points are a cool thing that we do here in the channel, wherein you can contribute to the player's fortune, or good fortune. For every 1,500 bits that we receive, the party will receive 1 Destiny Point. And they can use those Destiny Points to alter a role. There are other creative uses as well. They can, think out of the box and try to use their cool, Destiny Points, or a lot of systems just call it like hero points as well. It's the same idea. It's just that you control whether the party gets them or not. So, yeah. So if you wanna drop bits for Destiny Points, that's cool. You can also probably make suggestions about how to use them. I don't know if the chat will exactly give in to your demands, but or not the chat, but the players. But we'll see. Let's see. That's 2 things. Is there a third thing? Covered that. I think those are the 2 major things. I think I'm missing something, though. I always feel like I'm missing something with these announcements, or these things. Oh, nice. That's awesome, Zervaxis. That's super cool. I couldn't do season 1. I'm not gonna lie. It was just too unrefined for me, I guess, which I don't mean that to sound snobby, but there was too much noise, right? One of my big pet peeves for streams is the walls of sound that people have. So like a lot of times in regular D&D at a table, you can talk with people, you can have side conversations, you can make jokes at whatever. You can't do that on a stream, because your microphone your microphone can only filter so much sound, and because you're not there present, it's just this big wall of noise, and I can't do it. Anyway, that said, I think we're gonna jump into the thing here. Let me turn this down. I think we're ready to go over to the players. You guys ready for that? Chat, are you prepared? Okay, let's all right, let me just come in and we're gonna undeafen everything. And we're gonna hit the button that makes me do the stuff. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Anyway. Okay, so let's see. Welcome everyone. Hi players. How are you?
Hello.
Cool. Let's go around the table just like usual with a little bit of introduction and give a brief description of your character, and then tell us about yourselves. Luna the Alchemist says hello. We'll start with Nyxi today, played by Misbehave 8.
Misbehave 8. I play Nyxi. She's a forest gnome wizard. Has a ferret named Roto, who is her familiar, and they like to play tricks on her brothers. Doesn't really work out very much, but in her, it does for them, though. Maybe we should stop playing tricks now. Okay. Loves potatoes. 2.5 feet tall. The half feet is very important. And that's pretty much it right now. Well, the last session we kind of ended up with a face. So we'll see where that goes.
Okay, great. Let's move on to who's it going to be? We'll go diagonal this time. Marcus.
Hey there. I'm Tucker Kratt. I play
Surprise.
Marcus.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Let's see here. Me. I'm a dog nanny. I post stuff on Instagram. One day I will return to streaming. And Marcus is a half-orc barbarian, former Bard School student turned pro gladiator. He's an insightful barbarian, is what I've been told, and he found out some stuff about their mentors and how they chose to become werewolves, and surprised all of his siblings with that information.
Good times. Good times. All right, let's move to Beacon.
Hello.
Yeah, you got it.
I do have it. Thank you, Rich.
Yeah, you got it.
I'm Player 1 ATX, and I play Beacon. Are you tired of the hot topic variety of Warlock, very grousy and just reading and brooding all the time? Let me introduce you to Beacon. He does read all the time, because that's what Warlocks do. But he's very chipper and very nice, and really wants to be friends as much as possible. And very recently, within the past couple episodes, he's found out that he's a dog person.
That's amazingly comedic. Well played.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Bark at the moon. Anyway, so we're going to move on to Arathis next. The last, but certainly not the least of our players. Played by Big Kahuna. Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Big Kahuna 0275, and I will be playing the very awkward drow gloomstalker Arathis. He also just found out he was part of a pack of were creatures, and of course we were in for a shock last game session because I accidentally, on purpose, kind of like divulged what we might be to some hunters. So
not just hunters, werewolf hunters. Yeah.
They were significant.
Okay, great. That's awesome. All right, I'm going to start off with the, the reedy thing that I do. The recap, that's what it is. It's going to be a great game, guys. I can tell you already. Okay, so after retrieving the shard from Shallakneshee's eye, our band of heroes returned home to speak with the elders about their lycanthropic revelations. On their way, they met Zane Aldwel, a thief and information broker. Being forewarned by Nyxi of his occupation, they kept him at arm's length, and the interaction did not go well. They returned to the home to the Selunite Monastery and spoke with their mentors individually. They've yet to discuss what they learned. Afterward, they moved to the Hollowed Oak Tavern for some cider and potatoes. During their time there, they met with Marron. Marron Heartwood, and did some catching up. Perhaps in error, Arathis revealed the details of the Guardians' encounter with the dire wolves at the Heartwood Farmstead, specifically that the wolves didn't attack them, which made Marron highly suspicious and distrustful. She left in a hurry to find her sister. After some arguments at the table, Marcus stormed off home with Nyxi not far behind. They had a discussion with Corellin about the new problem, who advised caution and patience. Arathis and Marcus discovered that they were being watched on their way home. Not Marcus, I meant to say Beacon. That they were being watched on their way home, but avoided any kind of confrontation. We return now to the Guardians of Greenest as they are discussing the information they received from their respective mentors. Go. Good talk,
So-
guys.
we have Beacon here, right?
Yeah, you're
Arathis went and got Beacon.
Someone would have to go and get me because I had gone to my room to nurse what I anticipated would be a hangover.
Well, I was on my way to get him when Marcus said, and they did it on purpose. And I turned around and said, what? And that was it.
Okay. So, Arathis, you were a bit surprised by that particular revelation. I assume that you go to retrieve Beacon. Or not.
Yeah.
You can...
I'm confused, and I kind of rush and go get him.
Okay. Beacon, you hear a knock at your door.
It's more like a frantic banging, actually.
Well, you hear a frantic banging. Good or not.
Wow. Okay. Hold on just a second. I get to the door and open it, and then probably look kind of quizzically at Arathis because I thought it was going to be the cops because he was banging on the door so crazily.
You should come now.
Okay.
You do sort of have the beginnings of a headache.
Right.
Yeah.
So I will follow Arathis and see what all the really wild knocking is about.
I lead him back to the practice yard. I cannot.
You cannot.
Marcus, tell him what you just told us.
I was told by Doran that most of our mentors went to get bit on purpose so they could become lycanthropes and better follow Selune.
Okay.
See? It wasn't a big deal to me. Did your mentor tell you?
Well, I mean, I didn't ask specifically about the others, but yeah, he did mention that some followers of Selune, himself included, or at least implied, do get bitten by werewolves to become werewolves in Selune worship rituals. And apparently I didn't pay enough attention in our religious studies, and didn't catch the fact that they asked us if we'd like to become guardians. And I just brought up and said yes, and didn't think about the fact that Selune sometimes uses werewolves as quote-unquote guardians.
Well, the good news is that the ritual that was given to us was actually just that. It was a regular, normal ceremony. We are genetic werewolves, or probably, unless we got bitten as very small children. The good news, since it's probably genetic, we have more control over it, whatever the hell that means.
Okay. Well, that is good news.
Don't you feel like this is an unnatural happening?
Well, I mean, quite the opposite. I mean, it is naturally happening to us. We haven't really done anything to try to turn ourselves into werewolves. We just happen to be. And I'm not quite sure why we all happen to be, and no one seems to know how it came to be that we are all werewolves, but
Well, I know how we probably came to be.
okay.
We were born this way, baby.
Who told you that?
You may be on the right track.
Because if we didn't get bitten as children, it's genetic. Therefore, we got it from whoever our birth parents are. And therefore, we have more control over it. remember my ancestral rage barbarian spirit is a wolf. It's not a half orc. Probably
Half orc?
Yes. No, go ahead, Nyxi.
Oh, I was just trying to picture a little Marcus running around instead of a wolf while you're enraged.
I mean, it doesn't have to be that. Like, maybe it would be like just a cool head floating around me, like biting angrily at my enemies. I'm not sure, but
That's disturbing.
What part of I get angry and then all of a sudden these ancestor images manifest and start attacking people is not disturbing.
I feel like a disembodied head, though, would probably be more disturbing.
Agree. That would be disturbing.
Well, I need to meet other barbarians that channel their ancestral heritage and see what their images manifest.
It seems that you all have more information than I got, because I guess I just mostly went for comfort, but Cruellen changes into many animals, and I was told it was the other teachers at the monastery's tell, and I really didn't know any of this. It's kind of... I don't know what to think.
You said Cruellen?
Yeah.
In the garden?
Yes.
There was a huge pig over there.
That was her. I love that form. It's so cute.
I patted it on the hind quarter.
What? Oh. Watch out for squirrels.
Ugh. Well, I got fresh with a teacher. Weird.
I'm glad you made that revelation and I didn't have to point it out to you.
Why are you patting animals on their hindquarters? There's so many other areas you could pat them on.
I'm a ranger.
So rangers automatically, like, good game animals?
Yeah.
Like, they don't just head, shoulders?
I don't know. I don't like to be touched in the face, so I wouldn't. Why are we talking about me? This is not about me. This is about us.
So, you think we were born this way? I mean, nobody has, like, scars from bite marks or anything, right?
I don't know. Do we have any kind of weird birthmarks or anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
You tell me, do you?
I do not.
No.
No, nothing you can think of.
I didn't think to ask if we were born this way.
I mean, there's no way that they're going to, like, willingly let us get exposed to werewolves when we're babies.
Would they?
Who are you asking?
Well,
I
they
was just saying it
found
out
us when
loud
we were
during the
older, though.
conversation.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very likely. Like, I mean, we were all far too young to really remember much before the monastery when we got here, each individually, I imagine. But, yeah, I don't think they would have, like, taken babies and tossed them to wolves. That seems like more like a snack than a ritual.
Irresponsible, if you will.
Do you think they knew our parents?
If they do, they are very insistent that they don't.
Well, you asked.
Yeah, they avoid answering any questions about my birth parents.
I didn't ask. It's never been a factor for me. The only family I have are you three, as far as I'm concerned.
I thought you went to go visit the drow once. I figured you were trying to find them.
I do not belong there. That is not a place that I desire to be.
So, are we able to? Is any of your mentors willing to help us, train us, or anything?
I never
didn't
talked to
ask
them about
either.
that.
Does
It's a
anyone
book.
want to try to turn into a wolf right now?
I mean, how do you want to achieve that? I mean,
I think it's largely tied to, well, at least as far as I could find out from my mentor, it was largely tied to the full moon. Of course, we are genetic, I guess, rather than induced, so maybe we could turn outside of the full moon. I'm not sure, but our mentors, at least, seem to find it more advantageous to take themselves away from other people when the full moon comes, rather than stick around and possibly become some sort of danger to the people around them.
But the main thing is that they got bit, and they have
Right.
less control of it.
That's what I'm given to understand at this point, yes.
so do you
In
think
fact,
we?
when I told Doran that we changed, he goes, "Huh, I was wondering if that was going to happen," and, you know,
How does one change their form? The only thing that I could think of is that we were in danger, and that's why we changed.
yeah, and the full moon was definitely out and shining through, like, the hole in the cavern at that point.
Make an intelligence check for me, Marcus. And since you're thinking about it, Arathis, give me an insight check.
Insight. I am 9 insightful.
You're 9 insightful. Okay.
I'm
Never
14
mind.
intelligent.
You're 14 intelligent. Okay, so you think there was something weird there because that full moon was not in the correct phase.
Who came to that revelation? Both of us, or
That's Marcus.
Now that I think about it, the full moon wasn't part of the natural cycle that we remember. What was up with that?
I can try to reach inward through meditation. I would.
Wait, what if Selune is watching us and changing the phases of the moon when we're in trouble?
That would mean we're chosen.
Well, we also are technically kind of her kids, grandkids, grand worshippers. I don't know how this works.
Are you saying?
Wait, she also
we're
watches over
deities?
lycanthropes.
I mean,
That's a thing. She cares about us. That's her whole deal. I learned about this.
This is beyond me. How do we tap on inner self that we've never known? That we've only been in contact with when we were in jeopardy.
I wonder if Wilferby has any books about this.
That seems likely.
Don't forget that we've been told to try to keep a low profile on the werewolf thing to prevent us from being even more scrutinized than we already are.
That's a very good point.
I think if, we gave him some treats and made him do it on the down low, we'd be a fine. He likes, I don't know,
He
he
doesn't
likes
need
us.
to know why we're researching this.
That's true. And
I mean,
I don't
We
think
also want to tell them exactly what you're researching, just grab a couple books.
Yeah, I know where to look now. He showed us.
Nyxi, make an intelligence check for me, please. Oh, okay.
5.
Yep, okay. Please carry on.
Well, I don't think we'd see the Heartwood sisters in Wilferby Academy.
Well, no, but we should be careful who we let know about things in general.
Agreed. And that is my error. And I take full responsibility for that.
Well, as long as Arathis doesn't change in front of them and pee on them to claim them, then we're good.
That's disgusting.
Good. As
Well,
long
we
as
are
you
not-
feel that way, I don't think that we'll run into any trouble.
Is that how people treat their significant others?
No.
That's...
It is how some dogs mark territory, if you knew that.
Oh, you were okay. I understand.
It was a joke.
You were making a joke to our condition.
That you're significant.
Yes. Well, when do we go and see this librarian? Tomorrow, perhaps? I'm actually kind of tired.
Yeah, we could use some rest.
I would imagine we should probably wait until tomorrow to call on Wilferby.
We should probably get our sleep cycle back to nighttime, too.
Yeah, Beacon, you feel like another pulse is like your headache is really starting to come on.
I am
you
going
alright?
to stop by the infirmary for some powders, and I'm going to drink a lot more water, and then I think I'm going to go to bed.
How does he look? Does he have a pallor to him, or?
No. Yeah, I mean, he looks recently drunk. Maybe a little stressed out. Tired.
All right. Yeah, I take him to the infirmary then. You're going to be okay.
Stop shouting.
I'm not shouting.
No problem. There's no one in the infirmary at the moment, but you know, like, there's water around, you know which powders to take. Yeah. You've been drunk before, it's okay.
I fix him up.
He's going to need to sleep to fully recover.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I do a lot of drinking. I think that's also why I'm drunk.
Yep.
Need to work on that. All right. I take him to his chambers just so he doesn't like drunkenly fall into a well or something.
Okay. And you drop him off, and
Yeah. And I go to bed.
then you go to bed.
Actually,
You're a good brother.
I go back to my quarters and I try and I go into a meditative state and I try to reach my inner lycanthrope.
Okay. Let's see. Do a wisdom check.
Wisdom. I am 5 wise.
You are 5 wise,
Yeah.
which is not the burger joint. So you tell me a little bit about what meditation looks like for Arathis.
I kind of just I sit cross-legged on the floor, not like the whole, weird thing. Not that meditative state, but I just kind of sit down comfortably and kind of lapse into kind of fold within myself, kind of get at peace and very quiet and just turn inward.
Okay, so you try to do that, but there's just too much stuff running around in your head, like the argument with Marcus and the holy crap, I'm a werewolf. Is this even natural for me? Like, what does this mean? There's just a lot. Your mind is racing right now, and
Right.
it's tough to find that inner peace that you're looking for.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I go to bed then.
Okay. Yeah, so you spend probably like half an hour trying to just relax on the floor, and you give up after that and go to bed. Nyxi, what are you doing?
Nyxi is going to go to her room. She puts the book away that she had out. It was just kind of sitting there after everything was revealed. And she knows it's irrational, but while she's changing to go to bed, she's looking all over for any type of marks on her body, even though she knows that it's probably, they were born this way. She does that, and then she goes to sleep.
Okay, yeah, you look yourself over, and yeah, there are no scars or strange birthmarks that you don't remember getting. Like that one time you skinned your knee, you remember that. When one of the squirrels dropped a rock instead of an acorn out of a tree onto your head, that you remember that little scar right there. You remember all of the things that happened here. Nothing out of the ordinary. And then I assume you just go to bed?
Yes.
Okay. Marcus is away, so we'll just we'll skip right on through the night. You go to sleep. And your nights are actually blissfully dreamless. Maybe you're just exhausted. You don't know, but you all wake up feeling refreshed and good. Even you, Beacon. You drunk ass. The powders in the water helped.
Mm-hmm. Dehydration is the enemy. You have to fight hard.
It's true. It's true. It's morning time. The monastery isn't quite active. You figure most people are sleeping in. Typically, they sleep till probably noonish, and then they go to bed later usually. The day is yours. What do you wish to do?
Well, I'm probably going to start reading those books that Zaloriel gave me.
Okay.
See if I can come up with any useful information out of them.
Okay, so that will take a while. It's
Okay.
going to take a long time to read a book or two.
Yeah, I don't imagine that I'll get all the way through it before somebody comes and starts beating on my door, but I'm going to start.
Okay, sounds good. Nyxi, Arathis, it's morning. What do you want to do?
Well, after she gets pelted with nuts, she decides to go on the idea, take a couple of sweet treats to Wilferby and distract him and try to look for some books herself on werewolves.
Okay. Are you letting your team know that you're doing that, or are you just gonna go?
I'm just gonna go.
Okay. All right. You make a couple little packages of snacky things that you found around. The kitchen is actually empty, but you found some things that were made yesterday that you could bring, and you start to make your way over to Wilferby's place. Arathis, what are you doing in the morning?
Since has my mind calmed any?
You just woke up.
Yeah.
You didn't really. You don't remember your dreams, which means you got good sleep.
Yeah. I do my morning routine exercise and stuff like that, and then I may try to meditate again. Maybe try to reach my inner self.
Okay. Make a wisdom check at disadvantage.
Okay. How did we... Oh, that's right. A 12.
Okay. Yeah. You just don't know. You don't know what you're reaching for. You don't know what you're looking for. You find a good place of calm. But then you're just sitting there. It's like closing your eyes and reaching into a large box for something that you don't know what you're looking for. You know what I mean? So
Fair.
you're just sort of reaching around for something and you don't know what it is.
Right. I go in search of Beacon.
Okay, you find him in his room. Well, you find his room and his door is closed.
I knock. Softly. This time.
Morning!
I stay proficient in it.
So I put down my book, and I go to the door and open it, and say, "Good morning, Arathis."
It is morning.
You're correct.
I've tried twice to reach my inner self and maybe commune with whatever's there. I cannot. I don't know what I'm trying to do. I thought maybe you might have an idea what we would look for.
Well, I think that an important first step is naming what you are looking for. So by communing, by meditating, what is the end result that you're looking for?
I don't know. Marcus theorized that we could somehow control this if this were a natural thing.
Control what?
I don't know, whatever this is. The beast, the wolf side of us.
Okay. I think that's a start. You're going to have to be able to say it before you can find it.
The werewolf.
Okay. So, if you wanted to turn... is that what you're looking to do? To turn into the wolf?
Maybe. Or communicate with it. Maybe find the nature of it. I don't know.
You're going to have to know what it is you want to do. You must decide.
Do we have any books here on...
I have a couple of books. One on the effects of magic in a bloodline. One on curses and enchantments. I was reading them, or reading one of them. I haven't gotten through them just yet. I got them from Zaloriel, but I thought they might be a good place to start. I know that Nyxi's also very interested in visiting Wilferby and the academy over there to see if they have anything that might be of use.
Is that on the way to Potatoes?
You know, my sense of direction is not very good. I honestly would have asked you.
We should find ourselves some potatoes.
That's fair. It probably would be a good idea to eat breakfast, and maybe not from this bag of potatoes that we have left from last night.
I was thinking of you.
Well, that's nice. I appreciate that.
Because you were drunk.
I see.
I had no idea you consumed that much on a regular basis.
Oh!
That's a problem.
I will take that under advisement.
I don't want you to be impaired and us be in peril. You know I'm joking, right? No? Okay. Let's go get breakfast.
Maybe we should see if we can find our siblings and see if they're interested in joining us.
I would bet at this time of morning, Marcus would probably be shaving.
That sounds about right.
Let's go see. I go over to
Sounds
Marcus's
fair.
room. Knock
I'll
on the door.
follow.
Marcus, are you awake yet?
Yes, Marcus is awake. And how early in the morning is it?
A couple hours before noon, probably.
Okay. Yeah, let's see here. I think Marcus would have already been done shaving, but he's very clearly shaved.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Did you bring back any of those potatoes?
No, we're gonna go get some more potatoes.
What happened to the last potatoes?
It's in my bag. I should probably get rid of these.
Oh, hey. Maybe you could offer them to that pig you saw last night.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't know.
Marcus takes a bite out of one of the potatoes.
They're kind of dried out and like cold, and I mean they're still sort of tasty. You're also chewing bits of bag, so like, yeah, very fibery potatoes. Fiber's good for you, right?
Okay, I thought they would be a little bit tastier, but maybe we can find some regular pigs that would want these?
Fair. Let's do
At
that.
least potatoes we paid a lot of money for.
Fair. I brought them for Beacon, the drunkard.
He normally doesn't drink that much.
You didn't see him last night.
And that is why I went to bed.
3 tankards, Marcus. 3.
That's a lot of tankards.
It was significantly more tankards than the no tankards that I usually drink.
So, we're gonna get potatoes, that's the plan?
Yes.
Any of our plans at this point would probably need to be fueled by some brand of nourishment.
When are we leaving town again to go on this second hunt?
Well,
Speaking of that, who has the shard right now?
the shard is in my room.
Okay.
Alright, I'll go get Nyxi.
Surprised she didn't wake up when she heard potatoes.
That's why we were whispering.
Yeah. Okay, Arathis, you go to get Nyxi and she's not there.
Huh.
But now we're going to move to Nyxi. Nyxi, it is a beautiful morning. The sun is shining. There's a cool wind blowing through the small town. People are moving about, setting up their stalls for the day. You know, doing their daily work. You knowing where the academy is, it is almost due north of the monastery. So the monastery is down where the red dot is on the map. And if you were to just walk past the keep through the fields, due north, you would hit the road, and then you take a left at the road. And the Wilford Academy is the L-shaped building there. So that takes you not very long at all, maybe 15 minutes to make that walk. And you are now at the front door.
So Rhoda hops out of the bag, just ready to go in and say hi to Wilfrey. And she goes through the door, and she's like, "I brought you treats." And she goes and puts them down and looks around for him.
Okay, so Wilford is actually at his desk. It looks like he's taking notes as usual. As soon as you open the door, you hear like a ding, 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 and he turns to look and is nearly tackled by Rhodo as Rhodo like crawls up his robe and just is nuzzling around his neck, and Wilford can't help but laugh, and he can't help but laugh. He says, well, hey, Rodo, please, composure. As Rodo's like stuffing his tail in his mouth and like up his nose. And he takes a moment to like extricate Rodo from himself. And he says, Come in, my dear. How can I help you today? Rodo, please. Please, if you would. And Rodo sort of settles down and comes back to you.
I'm sorry, he was just really excited to see you. But I did bring you some treats today.
Ah, truly, that's very kind of you. What did you bring?
He
moves some paper aside and a couple of inkwells, clears off a small space.
Looks like they're lemon tarts today.
Oh, that does sound delicious. Is there something you needed?
I was gonna go look through the books, probably L and M, and just browse, see what I can find today.
Ah, well, I can't not endorse spontaneous learning, so please, by all means, just remember that the books must stay here.
Right.
If you would.
So, thank you so much. She looks at his pen and his notes. I probably should have left a note for my brothers.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, I'm sure they'll find me.
Well, I mean, there's not many places for you to go, is there? And not like you're in any danger here. I had heard that you had recently left town and came back in a couple of weeks. How was your journey?
It was very productive, informative, and we found what we were looking for on our quest. So thank you so much for your help earlier when we were looking for stuff.
You're quite welcome, my dear. Now, did you find any books of note, any lore, any legends that you might have heard?
Oh, have you heard of Shallakneshee?
Shallakneshee. It's possible. Give me a moment. You know, I have heard of Shallakneshee. He was defeated some time ago by a pairing of villages, if I recall correctly. He is what is called a Naga. Did you encounter it? Did you find its burial site? What? Please tell me more.
We had the unfortunate experience of running into Selunite. Apparently you can't kill it, but you can injure it. It was nothing but bones. It was scary, but I did face my fears and we got out of there.
All bones, you say? He starts to stroke his beard. All bones, all bones. That must mean he is of the Spirit Naga's persuasion. Quite formidable. I'm pleased that you lived. Well done.
So are we.
Well, of course. Of course you are. That just makes sense.
We did pass through one of the villages, and the villagers were very nice.
So, please remind me, where did you go to find this Shallakneshee?
We went to the Snakewood. I just kept thinking spiders because there were spiders everywhere.
Well, there were also tons of snakes there too.
Yeah.
But you focus on the spiders. I get it. It makes sense. The Snakewood. I suppose that makes a lot of sense. Well, I don't suppose you happen to know the exact location. I'd just like to log it and...
I wouldn't be able to tell you probably. And I definitely wouldn't advise going in there.
No, of course not.
Lots of traps.
No. I would never wish to meet something like that. But I do like to know about them, so that I can warn people that want to go there. I'm sorry. I've taken up enough of your time. I'm interrupting your learning process. I don't want that to be a thing. So please continue. thank you once again for the treats. They're lovely.
You're welcome. So Nyxi goes over to look for any books that she can find.
And he, if you have any questions, do let me know.
Thank you. Roto, come.
It actually takes Roto a minute because it looks like Roto is trying to steal one of the treats. When you hear in the distance, you're like, shoo, stop it. No, these are mine. This was a gift. Roto, please.
Oh no, Roto, come on.
And then Roto comes. All right. So you're in the academy doing research. What are you looking for exactly?
Anything that has to do with lycanthropy or werewolves, dire wolves, stuff like that.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Look at that.
That's a good roll. So you let me make a counter roll. See what he's got available. Okay. You find a book on lycanthropy. It's actually it's not on lycanthropy, but it mentions lycanthropy in a couple spots. It's actually a study on the creatures of the jungle of Chult.
Okay, so she's going to sit down and read about it.
Okay, you do, and that's going to take a very, very long time. It's a thick book, so this one actually had an index, which was really handy. So great. Now let's move back to the other three: Marcus, Beacon, and Arathis. Arathis, you knocked on Nyxi's door, and you waited. And you knocked on Nyxi's door again, and you waited. And you opened the door, and she's not there.
Her bed looks slept in?
Probably.
I mean,
I don't know Nyxi's sleeping habits well enough to say whether or not her bed is made.
No, but
No,
there's a bunch of nuts around that were thrown at her, probably.
Yeah, so there are the bed sheets and blankets are all a tumble, and there are like acorns all over the ground. Acorns and nuts.
No, I know there's a regular guard here. Are there anyone close?
No, not in the sleeping area. At least not at this time.
All right, and I come back to them. She's not in her room. I mean, she could be in the kitchen.
Well, let's take a look.
All right, head over to the kitchen.
Yep, there's no one there.
Library?
Empty.
What about the garden?
What if she's trying to prank us?
In the garden, there's no one that you can see at the moment. Actually, make a perception check.
All right.
Yeah, no. Nope.
I've been assuming, are we all together, or is it just Arathis trying to find her?
I assume that you were all together.
Yeah. That's what
That's fine. Beacon, you rolled a 20. You see a chipmunk up in a tree, but other than that, it's just the beautiful garden that you've always known Corellin to have. Marcus, you see it as well.
I think, what if this is a prank by Nyxi? What if she's been following along and trying to hide this entire time?
Well, that's entirely possible. Hello, chipmunk friend? Have you seen Nyxi?
The chipmunk ducks behind the tree.
Wait, we have a potato for you!
Ooh.
Should have led with the potato.
We have a whole bag of potatoes and a lot of woodland creatures we can try to bribe with this.
Do woodland creatures like potatoes that much?
I think they just like food that people eat.
Okay. Well, I mean, brush off some of the bits of bag and maybe we've got something there.
Yuck. I go to the front door while these guys are discussing the potatoes in the bag.
Okay. So, Marcus, you're holding out a potato. Make an animal handling check. Well, that was the quote of the night, by the way. It definitely wasn't. Should have led with the potato. Yeah. No response. You can't see the chipmunk anymore.
Oh well.
And Marcus just absentmindedly takes a bite out of the potato and spits it out.
It's not super disgusting. It's just cold. And it's got some fibers in it. You know, it's not the worst thing you've eaten. It's still a taste.
He'll casually spit out the fibers and just like reluctantly chew on the potato.
Oh, reluctant potatoes. Well, what's next?
I'm looking for a guard, is what I'm looking for.
Sure. You head out toward the front, like you said you were going to do. And there's a guard there. There are two guards there, actually.
Good morning.
Morning.
Have you seen my sister?
Yeah. Yeah, she left probably a half hour ago.
Was she alone?
Yeah.
Did she say where she was going?
No, I didn't ask.
Did she look like she was afraid, or?
She had a package.
Ah. Okay.
And, you know, her normal things. She could have been going on a trip, I don't know.
We're all together, I assume?
No, you had left.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You guys were still in the garden talking about potato. All right. I thank him, and I walk back over there to where they are.
Okay. As you're potatoing, Arathis comes back.
Maybe the potato's too big. What if you cut it?
It's worth a shot. Let me try this.
You're still Don't eat that.
Not wasting potatoes!
Marcus pulls out one of his hatchets and takes a fresh potato and starts like trying to cut it up into like little bitty pieces for the chipmunk.
Is this better?
Okay, you find a rock in the garden to do that on. And yeah, I mean you hold up the smaller pieces and no response. Like you don't even know where the chipmunk is.
Beacon, what is
Hey,
it?
I'm gonna leave these here on this rock for you in case you want it later. Have a nice day.
Who are you talking to?
Chipmunk.
Yeah, duh. Who else
Remember
was
you
here?
saw... Yeah.
What chipmunk?
You didn't see the chipmunk?
I didn't see a chipmunk. There was a pig here
There's
yesterday.
definitely a chipmunk here.
Anyway, Nyxi left. The guard said that she carried her pack with her in looked like a package.
Well, she did say something about taking treats to Wilferby.
Ah. Let's go there then.
Sure. Let's go.
Okay. As I said to Nyxi, you all leave, head north, across the field past the keep, and hit the main road, and then take a left. You see Wilferby's Academy, the L-shaped building. Door is closed. Beautiful day. Townspeople are moving about. Make perception checks.
$14.
21.
Oh,
Also a 21.
Beacon, you are so perceptive.
I try my hardest to, just take in the environment, live in the moment.
Yeah. So for the briefest of moments, you think you see one of the Heartwood sisters in town.
So I don't want to alarm either of you.
It's Adriel this time.
Unduly, but I think I saw one of the Heartwood sisters.
Hunting? Following us?
Quite possibly. I only think I saw them for the briefest of moments. But,
Not following you. They were going about their business. It looked like they were headed to Ander and Sons General Store.
Oh. Well, we should be safe if they're going to Ander and Sons General Store. Anders and Sons has done very well for us in the past.
Is the library is definitely not near there, right?
It's right across the street.
Oh.
So you can, on the map that's there, you can actually see if you mouse over.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, that ping I just did. The L-shaped building, that's the academy, and then directly south of that across the street, well, not directly, it's actually southeast, is Ander and Sons. And those icons, those are all clickable if you want some information too. You can double click them.
Didn't Ander and Sons roll for us before?
Yes. They did an excellent job of keeping us safe one night.
Well, I go inside.
I don't suppose we want to take a detour and go feed all these potatoes to random animals we find and stay away from that circle of buildings.
Well, that's certainly a thought. However, perhaps there's safety in numbers, and if the Heartwood sisters are truly looking to harm us, if they come across Nyxi by herself, then that may not work out as well as if they come across all of us together.
But if she's inside the academy, they wouldn't think that she was in there unless they saw us walk into the academy.
Regardless,
That's fair.
if she is in there, she's not safe.
She's not safe if they know she's in there, which they probably don't. They probably went into the general store. But they will know that she's in there if we walk in there and they see us. Very easily from the general store.
That's a good point. If we do go in there, then they know that some of us are in there. And if they haven't seen her go in, then they don't know that she's in there.
First, you are a book reader as well.
I am. I do like reading books.
We could be escorting you.
If they were after us, they probably wouldn't start with the academy. Sorry, go ahead, Beacon.
Oh, no, I was actually going to try to find out what Arathis had just said.
Oh, I just said we could be escorting you.
Well, yes. But, okay, so it's not so much about them knowing specifically that Nyxi is in there, it's trying not to draw attention to the place where Nyxi currently is. So, maybe we should let her continue her research at Wilferby Academy.
If she's in there.
If she's in there. And do you think that we could get a decent view of Wilferby Academy from the Hollow Oak?
It's unlikely given distance and the number of people moving about the town.
That's what I thought. And the only other things.
So where are you nowish? So when you spotted the Heartwood sister, let the token move slowly, I guess. It's slow.
It's like the price is right.
So you were about there when you spotted the sister go in the front door of the general store.
Okay.
You don't think she saw you, but that's where you're at.
All right.
We could go into the herbal shop.
I'm sorry, say that again, Marcus?
We could go into the herbalist shop.
We could go into the herbalist shop. I bet you they might have some refreshing seltzers and fizzy waters and teas and other things that we could avail ourselves of and refresh ourselves this morning.
Oh, right, because you're hungover.
I'm not hungover.
Actually, you feel fine.
I was hungover last night. I am no longer hungover. But I am just a bit parched.
Don't let it become a habit. It could be very, very detrimental for you.
Thank you for this wise advice.
Marcus opens the door to the herbalist shop to let everyone in.
Thank you, Marcus.
You open the door, and the smell that greets you is intensely herbal. You feel like there's a lot of incense that's burnt in here, and there's just tons and tons of fragrant plants. And you see an old woman named Thea Gemflower behind a counter, just sort of knitting, actually, at the moment. Welcome. What can I do for you?
Thank you. I was wondering if you might have any tea.
Well, of course I have tea. What kind of tea would you like?
Something, perhaps a little... something perhaps a little citrusy, like a nice morning wake-up tea.
Citrusy, you say. Hard to find in these parts, but I think we can manage something. Give me just a moment. And she stands up, and almost like you, Baba. You know that that sound that she makes when she runs across the floor. It's not quite that fast, but it's like she's using a cane, and she goes behind the thing. Less than 20 seconds later, she comes back with a small tin box. This is tea infused with orange peels. Citrusy, just like you asked.
It is exactly like I asked. That sounds lovely.
Is it good for a hangover?
Thank you for your help.
Of course.
Oh, rhetorical question. I understand. So that will cost you 5 silver.
Absolutely. I will... Yeah, I've got a silver. I can give her a silver for tea. That's a very fair price.
I said 5.
Oh, you said 5 silver. I'm so sorry.
Little shyster.
I'm going to pull my hood off of my head. I must have misheard. I am so sorry. 5 silver it is, and a very fair price for
Okay,
this.
you're drunk. I get it.
Quiet you. This very aromatic. And obviously, like this seems like it's going to be delicious. So,
Well, and she sort of turns to Arathis. And since, young man, you want to be so helpful for your friend, what are you going to get him as a gift? I mean, it's the nice thing to do after all the ribbing you're giving him.
He's not my friend. He's my brother.
Oh, even better, family. Gifts for family.
You know what, Arathis? You should probably ask for more tutelage, flowers, and tips work, since you're still having trouble with that, bud.
You hear like a very sort of dry chuckle come from Ms. Gemflower. You can. I'm not even going to make you do inside checks on this. You can tell that she feels like she's going to make a lot of money today.
Do you need anything?
I mean, obviously one so hungover and wasting away as your brother here. As you said, he's a drunkard.
Indeed. He has a problem.
So, what are you going to get for him to help him?
I'm not quite sure. I don't know herbs.
She looks you over like, don't lie to me, son. I don't like it. I've been on Toril for a long time. I know a fib when I see one.
I don't know, just in case he goes on another binge, perhaps something for his headaches.
I have just the thing. I'll be right back.
I have a
Just
particularly
quick to say
large
that.
headache right now. A very dark headache.
About 5'11", isn't it?
Thereabouts, yeah.
She comes back with another small tin, about the same size as the one that Beacon recently purchased. Here you go. This one has aloe and rose petals.
That does sound nice.
Just what he needs. And it's good for your skin.
With a little bit of lavender in there too.
Oh, so he'll smell pleasant as well.
Well, that's the idea.
Let me guess.
You know, after a good binge drinking, you don't smell so good usually. So this will help.
Indeed. I assume 5 silver?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Since he hasn't paid for it, I'll just give her a gold piece.
Fair enough. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Is there anything else I can provide for you? We also have healing potions and things of the like. You seem the adventure-y type.
What about soap?
Soap? Yes, we have soap. Yes.
I was going to ask about that. Hello again. My
Hey.
brother has still learned absolutely
Hello.
almost nothing. I would like to purchase some soap.
You may have as much soap as you need for the normal market price, of course.
Thank you. Do you have any different smells or anything? I'm fine with also the standard soap as well.
Yeah. So without going into it, you can get whatever you want. Like she has tons of soaps. Like soap is a thing she does.
Excellent.
All sorts of different
Essence
scents.
of herbs.
Yep. Yeah. Whatever the cost is in the player's handbook, that's how much it is.
A whole 2 copper. Oh, I don't know if I can afford this.
Man, big spender.
You Poe.
I know. I know. But Marcus will buy some soap.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for the business. As I said, I do have healing potions. If you need them.
How much would it cost us to acquire 2 of these healing potions?
Well, the basic ones, I believe, are... Oh, crap. DM doesn't remember.
What's 15?
I think their market price is normally like 25 gold for the basic ones. I could be wrong about that. Price. I was incorrect. It's 50 gold each for the small ones. And she has, she actually pulls out a box from underneath the counter and puts it on top. And you hear the clink of glass inside, and she opens it. There are 4 regular healing potions in there. And there are 2 that are a deeper red. Those are greater healing. Those cost 100.
We have 25 gold in our general funds from selling off all those weapons from before.
So, one of these potions might be a little outside of our budget at the moment. However, if these teas are any indication, these potions are well worth, are probably an incredible bargain, honestly, at the 50 gold that you're asking for them. So we will certainly keep this in mind, and as our fortunes rise, we may well be back to unburden you of those potions, and in turn provide you with the gold that you ask for them.
I see. Well, I can make a deal for you. 175 for all 4 of the small ones?
That is, again, that's an amazing. Like, I feel like we would be robbing you at that point. However, unfortunately, we do not quite have the funds to.
Using a lot of words to say not today.
Yes, I am.
Right. Very well then. And she closes up the lid, puts it back underneath. But they'll be here. We always make more. I like to have a few on hand at all times, just in case for emergencies.
That sounds wise.
Is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, I believe if my brothers have finished their comedy routine, then we should probably take our leave and not waste any more of your time. But thank you so much.
Well, I made 2 sales, so it's not time wasted. Thank you so much. I wish you the best on this lovely day.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
She nods at you, Arathis.
I hold the door for them.
When Marcus exits, he's gonna try to be on the lookout to see if he can spot the sisters.
Okay, make a perception check.
I would also like to look and see if I can spot the sisters.
Marcus cannot spot the sisters.
All right.
He's too busy smelling soap.
All right, so Marcus, you rolled a 6. Beacon, you rolled a 19.
Yes. I didn't roll, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let me make a roll. You know what? I'm going to do it this way.
I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. Okay. You see Malin walking into Thorngage Bower, which is the business on the far west side of the circle there, the square.
Okay. So, friends, I don't know if you saw, but Malin seems to have just walked into Thorngage Bower, And I'm starting to wonder if that's where she got all that fine hunting equipment that she is possessed of.
Talking about the arrows.
Yes, definitely the arrows.
Well, I doubt they would risk attacking us out in the open in the middle of town.
Quite possibly.
So that's why I'm not worried. It's when we leave here is when we're in danger.
Where are they headed to now as they're leaving?
She went to the boyer.
Oh, okay.
Just walked into the boyer.
Right, sorry.
That's okay. So now we've seen Malin go into the boyer, and oh man, the other one whose name starts with an A went into Anders and Sons.
Luriel.
Sons.
Adriel.
Adriel, thank you so much. Adriel went into Ander and Sons before we walked into the Greenest Leaf, and you two started your... Well, I guess it was more Arathis, honestly, than Marcus.
What do you mean?
I was just trying to buy soap, but you guys kept talking.
Yes, well,
I was just trying to buy time for us, just in case we decided to somehow formulate a plan to meet with our sister.
The plan is we are going to let the Heartwood sisters do their business and leave, and then go get Nyxi in the academy.
Or are we going to be assured that they are leaving when we...
They are definitely not going to be hanging around here all day. That makes no sense.
So we are?
Because we're avoiding the... You know what? Hang on.
Marcus pulls Arathis back into the herbalist shop.
Okay. Oh, welcome back. Oh. So
I would like to purchase lessons from you for my dear brother here. He doesn't know how to avoid women when he should be avoiding them. Can you teach him how that works? And Marcus...
Marcus puts down 5 silver.
All right, I'll walk out.
Hey, don't be
rude.
And Marcus will try to jokingly block the door.
Okay. Make an initiative check, both of you.
I won't fight it. I'll just stop.
Okay.
You're determined. I see that.
It's money well spent.
I don't need lessons. I just don't want
Marcus
to
will
appear
just give him like the serious John Cena look.
I just don't want to appear that we're doing anything out of the norm, considering that they could be watching us, and anything that we do that's abnormal could be considered suspect.
Yes, and you narrating it is definitely how you don't avoid women. You are really bad at this game, and this is my herbalist shop where I buy flowers. And also buy lessons for my brother who needs them.
I'm not trying to avoid them. I'm trying to protect our sister.
Could you
just admit that you need help?
Marcus is saying this very loudly.
You need help, just like Beacon needs help, okay?
I definitely need help.
I agree. It's a habit.
So in that moment, Thea speaks up and says, I don't know what's going on, but if you could take your argument out of my shop, that would be lovely.
I apologize.
He's paid for lessons for you to teach him how to avoid women that he's trying to avoid.
No, keep your money. I don't want it. Please leave.
My
Your
apologies.
argument in my doorway is bad for business.
Agreed.
Oh,
I thought they were like in the shop at this point.
Well, he went to leave, and then you stopped him, and you kind of just didn't really narrate where you're going, so.
Oh, sorry. I would have just like kept like we would have just started walking towards her at that point. My bad. But just whatever way you want to do the narrative.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's fine. So you move into the shop, and Thea looks very uncomfortable, and she still says that, please go. I don't know what issues you are all currently having, but you might be scaring away my customers, so you're welcome here any other time.
Can I try to smooth this over?
But how are you going to do that?
Marcus is gonna try to apologize and like say a semi-truthful story about how Arathis really likes a girl, but he messed up by saying the wrong words. And right now, the smartest course of action is she doesn't see him, but he doesn't seem to understand that.
Tip my hood to her.
Let's do that through roleplay. And there will also be a check involved.
Yes. Would you like me to do the check first or after?
Why don't we do it first, and then you can adjust your roleplay accordingly.
Okay, what kind of check? Because
It'll be,
Marcus always prefers performance.
Sure. This is actually persuasion, though, because you're trying to affect her mood.
Okay.
Okay, you rolled an 8. Let me roll a thing.
Is there any sort of balance? Because he is a frequent customer here.
Okay, so she rolled a natural 20 on her insight check versus your persuasion check.
That's also fair.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and role play that out.
Right, so my brother here, as you've noticed before, with his inability to understand appropriate tipping, he liked this girl, and he really put his foot in his mouth the last time he saw her. And I keep trying to teach him that when that happens, he needs to give them lots and lots of space, and he doesn't do that.
No, Arathis, she is correct. Or sorry, he is correct. Marcus is correct.
So I really need help with that, because I'm only one person.
Right. I understand. If you'd like to set up lessons for possibly another day, we can do that. But for now, keep your money, and we can talk about it another time.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm really sorry for upsetting you, Thea.
It will be well.
We should go, Marcus.
Yeah, you're right.
And Marcus will walk out with Arathis.
I tip my hood to her.
Arathis, you do, and then you turn to leave, and out of the corner of your eye, you see her be like,
Just gotta chuckle and go.
okay, you're standing outside of the herbalist shop.
Where to?
Hey, Beacon, did you see the sisters do anything?
Did I, while I was standing outside, because I did not go back into the herbalist shop, should I roll to see if I saw the sisters do anything?
Nope.
Emerge from?
Nope. You don't need to roll. We'll use your previous roll. You didn't see anything.
Okay. I have not seen any Heartwood activity since you went back into the herbalist shop.
So, should we go eat breakfast and just wait for her?
I think that might be our best course of action at this point.
We just want to walk through the center of town?
We live here. It would look like we're trying to avoid things if we don't walk through the town, and it would also look like we were afraid. Are you afraid?
Yes, I'm afraid. I told you I don't want to ever see them again.
Well, we could take the long way around. We could probably go up by the Green Rest Inn and take a stroll through some nice grassland, and then join the road up the way, and then come down on the other side of the barrier and end up at the Hollow Oak.
That works, and we can feed whatever random animals we see on the way there.
Yes, absolutely. Just make sure you cut up the potatoes first, because they may be too big.
It depends. If we see any pigs, I mean, I hear Arathis really likes to pet pigs.
I've heard that too.
Sorry.
Good times, good times. All right, so why don't we take a quick 5-minute break, or maybe 10. Count on 5. It might turn into 10, but we'll do 5. We'll take a break here, and then we'll pick things back up in a few minutes. Everyone cool with that?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, cool. I'm Defrin, and we'll be right back. All right, everybody. We'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm going to leave you with some kick-ass Witcher music. I hope you're all having a good time. I'm having a great time. We'll be right back. I need to go take care of some things, so I'll see you soon. Be right back. All right, everybody. We're coming back. You ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for the deep voice rage mage? Nah, I got nothing. I can't maintain this voice. Hi, I'm back. Hello. Salutations, greetings. We're about to jump back into it here. But while I have you here, I wanted to ask chat here if there's any questions about the campaign that you wanted to ask. Feel free to ask them in chat. Either Goldluga or myself will be able to answer them for you. Obviously, we're not going to reveal plot secrets. But, please feel free to talk to us. Let us know what's going on in your minds, in your brains. In the meantime, though, we're just going to jump right back into it. So if you guys are cool with that, we're going to make it happen. And 1, 2, 3, go. Alright, we're coming back. Here we are. Hello. Hi, and welcome back.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
So, we left off where most of you are just sort of outside of the herbal shop, having a conversation. The last known locations of the Heartwood sisters were both at Ender & Sons General Store and the Thorngage Bowyer. So, what's the plan? Nyxi's inside the Wilferbly Academy, studiously reading away.
She'll stop for like 2 seconds asking Wilferby if he has any of the platter tray of cheese.
He does. Yes, I do. Of course. And he brings you a small platter of cheese, and actually, it's like cheese from yesterday, but it's fine. It's still cheese. Like some of the edges are hard, but it's not bad.
She still eats it,
Yeah.
and Roto hops up and grabs a couple.
Yeah, Roto. All right. He gladly brings it over and says, how are your studies coming along? You learn anything new? Is there any way I could help you? Refine your search, maybe?
Oh, no, I think I'm good for now. Thank you so much for the cheese. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Thank you for the lemon tarts. They were wonderful. You can actually see he's got crumbs in his beard and... Yeah. Well, best of luck to you. Back to my note-taking.
And she goes back with her nose in the book.
Okay. You continue reading. Marcus Arathis Beacon.
Oh, okay. Since Marcus had voiced that he was afraid, let's go and take the roundabout route to the Hollow Oak then. I start heading that way, if they follow.
Okay.
Of course. Why would we not follow our ranger?
So you're basically just trying to avoid the town square, or the circle here, and then by going north and west, and then down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can do that easily, no problem. As you're walking about town, you don't see anything unusual. You do hear some rumors, though. You hear rumors like it's getting dark earlier at night, or at least it feels that way. Some people say maybe it's winter. Maybe winter's on its way. Seems a bit early, doesn't it? Well, I don't know. Other than that, you don't really hear much of anything. And you arrive at the Hollowed Oak Tavern. It's not super busy this time of day. Although there are some people coming in for an earlier lunch. You can go in and get a table if you wish.
And we wish.
All right, easily done. Do you plan to do anything special or specific here? What is your goal? Just to eat and relax and... Okay.
Yes.
We can skip right on through that then. Not a lot is happening here at the tavern. Nyxi, you're busy reading. Stomach's starting to growl a little bit.
Yeah, so she decides to, she closes the book and puts it back. And she's like, come on, Roto. And she's like, I'm going to go get some potatoes. And waves and walks by Wolf Ruby.
Are you planning to return?
It depends if... I need to find my brothers, actually. But potatoes first. We'll see how it goes.
I like where your head's at. That's wonderful. If you do return, if you could get me an order of potatoes, I would love it very, very much. And I would, of course, pay you for the potatoes themselves.
Of course.
Thank you. You're a good one. I do like you, Nyxi.
We'll see you later. And she's waving by and then going out the door.
Be careful.
Oh, I will. Thank you. And then she kind of thinks about it and she's like, oh, maybe I should be a little careful. So she kind of steps out and she looks around. But she's thinking Zane because, you know, she just saw him and he kind of threw her off. But she looks around to see if there's anyone that she notices.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Seven.
Okay. It's about noon at this point. The streets are busy. It's hard to see. You don't see anyone specific. Also, you're pretty short. I'm sorry, but most of the people here are larger, so it's hard to see in a crowd. But you know where you're going, and you can get there easily enough.
It's easier to hide that way too. So she heads on over to the tavern.
All right. You get to the tavern, and it's the lunch rush at this point is starting to happen, and you mosey on in and get there, and you see your three brothers sitting at a table, eating potatoes.
She goes over and sits down next to, I don't know, Marcus, I guess.
Okay.
Wherever they're sitting.
Arathis, Marcus, and Beacon. You don't even notice because it's just busy. But then suddenly, Nyxi is sitting there.
Oh.
Hello.
Where did you go?
After.
I went to Wilfurby Academy. I apologize. After I got there and saw Wilfurby writing, I should have left you a note. That was my bad. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Potato?
As long as you're safe. The sisters are in town, by the way.
Right. Okay.
We weren't going to see you, but they kept crowding that general area.
She looks over and grabs a piece of potato off of Marcus's plate and eats it, and she's trying to flag down a waitress.
Yeah, you can easily enough. So I don't remember what I charged you for the potatoes last time. But I think we're going to call it a silver for a large platter, which is what you all usually get. I should probably write that down somewhere.
I think that it's like normally like we spend 5 silver a person for food, but I could be misremembering. I don't know how food works.
That seems like a lot. Why don't we do... I think it was probably 5 silver for all of your food.
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe it was like 5 copper plus drinks, which is I don't know how math works.
Yeah. We'll call it like drinks and food is 5 silver for the group of you.
Okay.
That's fair.
Write that down and call me on it next time, because I'll forget.
Sure. Yeah, and Marcus will pull money out of like that's like little pouch that he has that has like all the money he said that he was holding on for the group.
Mm-hmm.
And plop down 6 silver.
Sure. Is the extra silver a tip?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't expecting anything else. Okay, you get your food, no problem. You're in a tavern. It's busy. You're eating. You're drinking. Not drinking, but hydrating.
Nyxi, did you learn anything?
I did. I found a book with stuff in it that we can talk about it later. Potatoes.
Make an investigation check, Nyxi.
Nine.
So it was hard to skim through that to look for your information, but you did the thing you did learn is that the were creatures they reference in that book are were tigers. So they're people that tend to live in the jungle, solitary, very territorial, and can turn into tigers. You're not sure if it's true or not. There's a lot of stories in that book.
I did find a lot of stories. Tigers. We're not tigers. But Wilferby asked for potatoes, so maybe we can go back and Beacon might have better luck.
I would like to see what Wilferby has as far as books on this or adjacent topics. Saloon rituals, lycanthropy, that sort of thing.
So what have you all been up to while I was reading and eating cheese? He gave me some cheese.
Milk loaf.
Well, we went to the herbalist.
Oh no. I heard what happened last time.
Not for that. Not for that.
Okay.
We went
I mean,
to...
mostly just trying to avoid being noticed by the sisters who will hopefully be out of the middle of town soon and we can go check the stores they've been in. Oh, and I can sell this poorly kept short sword that we found from last time.
I'm thinking that same thing.
Great minds.
Well, when should we leave?
Nyxi's like,
Oh,
I don't know that language.
once it's enough?
What was the language of the potato?
Oh.
I think what they're saying is we should probably finish our potatoes, and then, of course, we would need to order another to-go order of potatoes for our friend Wilferby, and
Get it
then
out of the bag this time.
We do need to figure a better storage system for potatoes other than a sack.
good point.
Can't you magic one?
I don't really know any containment spells for potatoes. If I magic the potatoes, then they might be a little overcooked by the time we get them to Wilford Lane.
Oh,
We just need a container that is not sack, that is exceptionally fibrous.
Well, I can see if I can get something from the cook in the kitchen that we can bring back, probably. For Wilferby. I'm sure they have something to put over a plate or something.
So yeah, right about then, the waitress comes over and she hears what you said, and she says, "Of course, we can provide a napkin to wrap it up in, as long as he returns it. Last time,
Wait.
the last 2 or 3 times, he hasn't."
Oh, okay. We can make sure that he does.
Wait, hang on.
Marcus pulls out his mess kit, the first time I've ever had to address this in my equipment pack.
Yeah, Using stuff.
Look at this. I have all my camping equipment. We could just put it in there. You don't have to worry about it.
Put in your bedroll.
That's brilliant, Marcus.
Yeah, look at this. We carry all of our things that we need on us all the time, but we never think about looking at what we own.
I mean, that's just people. It's just people.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
I'm calling myself out on this as well.
Yeah.
Me as Tucker.
Me too. Yeah, you can do it easily enough. It's not a problem. There's no need to obsess over this. Yeah, you can order potatoes. We'll call it, just for a single order of potatoes, we'll call it 4 copper.
I'll get that one for Wilferby. Okay, so Nyxi hands 4 copper, just for the to-go stuff.
My math is probably off. Whatever. Okay, sounds great. No problem at all. And you have your potatoes ready to go. It's been probably a good half hour since you arrived.
Well, what are we going to do the rest of the day?
I plan on doing some research, and I know that Marcus mentioned interest in checking out the stores that the sisters were patronizing, and maybe we'll just see where the day takes us after that.
Are you both going to Willoughby's?
I will be going back because I'm going to be taking his food, and there might be another book I want to look at too.
We could escort them and then go check out the stores.
So a note about that, Nyxi. You feel like there is a lot more to read in that book, but the short amount of time that you had with it, that's why you got what you got.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a lot more I can look at in the book that I found. There's got to be some more in there to help us.
Okay. All right, we'll go with you. I don't know what kind of help I would be in a library, but...
Well, you could go with Marcus.
Did you just say hopefully quiet help?
That is exactly what I said.
Oh my god. All right. Where are you going?
We'll walk them to the library, or we'll walk them to the university, and then I guess Marcus and I will go and check out stores.
Okay. You walk them over to the academy, and just as you do, you see 4 or 5 younger people. There's an elf there, a human, 2 gnomes, and a half-orc. Probably they're obviously adolescent age, and they're walking into the place just before you. I assume you walk in after them, and you hear Wilfred saying, "Hello, my students, come in," and he starts to usher them toward a back area. He sees all of you walking in, and he says, "Just a moment, please wait, I shall return." And he goes to a room in the back of the place. After a few moments, looks like he's got his students settled, or at least it sounds that way. He comes back out and says, yes, Nyxi, welcome back. Is that, and he's like eyeing the bundle in your arms. Is that for me? Oh, lovely,
Potatoes.
lovely. He hands you a silver coin, and says, thank you so much, for these. I will, of course, have to, now that it's Well, my students can wait. They're good students. Is there anything else you need? Were you looking to continue perusing the library?
Yes, and I believe Beacon is too. So we'll just.
Master
yeah.
Beacon, welcome. What can I do for you? How can I help you?
I just wanted to peruse facts. Probably in the same section that Nyxi's going to be in. Just looking for some. Sorry, I don't
Brewing
know.
books. Yes.
Yes, books. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Right.
Huh. Interesting. Very well. Same reminder that I would give Nyxi, Lady Nyxi here. The books stay here, of course.
They most certainly do. Yes, of
Excellent.
course. Thank you so much.
I have a lesson to go teach, if you wouldn't mind.
Absolutely.
If you need anything, please let me know, but... or also, if you would like to, take a peek at the lesson, you may certainly pay for it. I shall return. Best of luck to you.
Thank
What
you.
are you teaching today?
Evocation.
Interesting. You wasted on me. Can I collect your plates from last time? I can bring them back to the Hollow Oak today.
Oh. Yes. Just a moment. And he reaches down underneath the counter and you hear like a great clattering. And there are 6 plates with napkins on them. Thank you so much. Here you go. Thank you very, very much. Do be careful. I'm sorry, what?
I just put them carefully in my bag, and Nyxi or Beacon can grab my mess kit when they leave today.
This
I grabbed
is
3 of those plates.
this is yours. I see. I was wondering about the change in decor. Very well. Well, thank you very much. And off to my lesson. He stuffs a potato in his mouth. He's like, "Best of luck to you."
So
Thank you
Nyxi
so
kind of looks over and she sort of walks over to the students and she looks at them and she's like, "How much for the lesson?"
I think this is a lesson you probably already know, Nyxi. This is the basics of evocation.
Oh, yes, I do. Okay. I bet your class is really fun. I'll get to my book.
See, above his white beard, the cheeks start to turn a little pink. So thank you so much. I really shouldn't delay anymore. Well, good luck then. Enjoy the stacks, as Beacon likes to call them. And he says, "Excuse me," and then he shuts the door. You can hear him start off his lesson. Like, he doesn't say anything specific, but you hear like the mumblings of his lesson beyond the door. And you read, I assume. While Nyxi and Beacon are reading, Arathis and Marcus are
Delivering plates back to the Hollow Oak.
We could always deliver them afterwards. You know. Do you want to hit the general store, or the smithy, or the boyer first?
Can Marcus fit those plates in his bag?
They're not big. They're,
Oh, okay.
they're maybe a foot across.
Okay.
And there's just 6 of them stacked.
Okay. Sure.
Where are you going?
All right. We go to the general store.
Go to the general store. Okay. You head to the general store. Ander is there. Looks like he's sorting some things. You hear his 2 sons arguing out back about something. You don't know what. And Ander hears you come in and says, "Come on in. What can I do for you?"
Good morning.
It's not morning anymore, son.
Afternoon, Bill.
Good afternoon to you.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, were you saying something?
No, I'm waiting for you to say something.
I found this sword of town. I didn't know if it'd be worth anything for you.
He pulls out the poorly cared for short sword that was laid in that trap from before.
Okay. He takes it, holds it up, looks at it, bangs it on the counter, and it cracks in half. Nope. Sorry.
No, I should have tested it.
Marcus puts it kind of carefully cradles it.
I guess I'll just give it to the smithy as scrap metal. Do you have anything new in? I know we have a lot of merchants coming in through town, and we have a little bit of gold in our pocket. I'd like to get something special.
Oh, well.
We still hear the boys squabbling in the back.
Yeah.
Is it getting loud?
No, it's just like a...
Ender, are your boys okay?
Well, no, yeah, they're fine. They're just arguing over a pretty girl. As is usual.
Pretty girl.
Yeah. Anyway, you're asking about special items. Well, like, what are you looking for exactly?
Anything the merchants might have dropped off? I know my mentor got me this really nice axe over here. I didn't know if he bought it from here.
No, see, no, we don't deal in that kind of thing. We have flour and foodstuffs and grain. This is a general store.
That makes sense. Do you know where? I've seen some people walking around with some coated weapons. Do you know? Is that the smithy that I'd have to go to?
Coated weapons? You mean like? You mean what? Like that lady? Like the lady that was just here had not too long ago?
I saw her walking out. I thought that maybe she got them from here.
Nope, not from here.
I'll ask the smith next.
Yeah, the smithy is probably your best bet.
Oh, thank you so much, and we'll stop in again if you get anything special. We have our adventurers kit that we already bought from you last time.
All right. Sounds good to me. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Ender?
And Marcus will walk out and head to the smithy unless something else happens.
Okay. Arathis, you do anything? You were about to say something.
No. I just nodded to him and said his name, and then we walked out.
Yeah, he nods to you. He just turns back to stacking big bags of flour. You head over to the smith. It's Durka. And you walk in, and he's not in the building at the moment, or at least you can't see him at the storefront. But the place smells of soot and oil and metal, and you can like almost taste the metal in the air.
Does he have an apprentice?
Yeah, he does have an apprentice. Yep.
I didn't know if the apprentice would be here or it would just he's not there.
Doesn't seem to be.
Marcus will walk further in towards the counter, see if anyone pops out.
You do. You actually see a small anvil with a small hammer next to it on the counter, and you know that you're supposed to like ring it.
Marcus does so.
Yeah, you're like ting. It actually rings very, very clear. And from out back, you see you see a soot-covered, red-haired dwarf, sort of stick his head out sideways. Hey, what do you want?
Hey, Durka.
Arathis.
Found this very poorly maintained short sword, which is now just scrap metal. I figured you might be able to use it for something.
Thanks. Here, have a copper. He flips you a copper.
You have a moment to talk?
Not really. What do you need?
Well, we're looking for information.
I see. You adventuring types. All right.
Well, we did you a good turn with the hammer. I was wondering if maybe you could help
True, you
us.
did. That's true, you did. Well, what do you need?
Do you deal in silver-coated weapons?
I don't deal in them specifically. That kind of thing's expensive. But it's not something I mean, it's something I could do.
Have you done it recently?
Nope.
Yeah, we were just kind of curious because, again, we have a little bit of money to burn. Well, a little bit. Nothing too special. We just saw a couple of people walking around with them. Didn't know if it was your specialty or anything else you could offer.
You going to kill some werewolves or something?
Wait, is that what they're for?
Yeah. Why else would you need them?
We just thought there might be something we needed to be aware of. You know, we get sent out. We've gone pretty far. We had to deal with this giant snake creature. It was a pretty scary situation, and I just don't want to be caught unawares again.
Giant snake creature. I want to hear about that. And he's like, "Goo, goo, goo." He puts up 3 mugs on the counter real fast, and pulls a string, and like an actual keg of ale goes, "Goo," and he pops it and pours it, and he has 3 mugs of ale poured in under 10 seconds.
Grab one. I sit down.
So no shit. We were there in the Snakewood Forest, very aptly named, by the way.
Why would you go to the damn Snakewood?
Because we were told that we had an item there. It's a whole somebody attacked the monastery like weeks ago. We were told if we went there might be something else and we might run into them. Oh, it was like a whole thing.
Come on, Marcus, spin the yarn for him.
Okay. Let me see how performative I feel right now. Yeah, moderately performative. At a 12.
12 performing, all right.
So we ended up in this underground cavern. It was really twisty, turny, and there was a point where there seems to be a split, and there were these ribs that appeared to be a dead serpent, and we wisely did not go in that direction.
Oh, whoa. He's already done with his ale. He's pouring another one. Keep going.
So we keep going, and towards the end, there was a slightly smaller serpent skeleton, except this one was moving around, called Shallakneshee.
Oh, I've never heard that name. How do you spell it? I don't care. I'm just kidding.
I'm not a very good
I'm just
speller.
kidding. I don't give a shit.
Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, so it was first there and still, and it had something shiny in its eye. So naturally, Arathis says, I want that shiny thing, walks towards it, and then it's like, hey, you can't have the shiny thing inside my eye.
It just makes a whole lot of sense. I wouldn't want you to take a shiny thing out of my eye either.
Right, and then it was very, very long. Like I'd say like my arm span times 5.
Wow.
Maybe longer. Oh. And then Beacon said, hey, I'm really sorry for this, but then I was already like, oh no, snake, and I kind of shoved him and attacked the snake, and I ruined whatever Beacon was planning.
That's great. How into your ale are you folks? Are you two?
Marcus is probably just nursing it because he's still talking, so I'd say
Okay.
half.
How about you, Arathis?
I'm pretty casual with it. I'll just sip it.
Oh, he grabs it from your hand and refills it anyway.
All right.
He finishes what's left in yours and refills it and hands it back to you. You're too slow. Storytelling and drinking, they go together.
Oh, all right.
Now shut up and listen.
I was there.
We assembled and we just smashed it. we're breathing. And then the bones started shaking and reassembling themselves.
What?
Yes. And the underground cavern started falling apart, and with our last bits of strength, we smashed it again, and then ran the hell out of there.
Smart!
And now we're here.
Ah, you're a smart lad. You live to fight another day. I miss my adventuring days. Oh, it's been a long time.
What kind of creatures did you encounter?
Well, a fair bit. You don't have enough time in the day, let me tell you. But, can I sell you some weapons anyway? I know that's, probably what you're actually here for, right?
Oh, right. I did want to actually try to give away that scrap metal. Arathis, do you need more arrows?
Actually, I do.
For the scrap, 2 copper.
Yeah, that's fine. I already have the copper you gave me before. That's more than enough. I kind of got on a dare.
But he's drunk and he gives you 2 more copper. Because he drank real fast.
I'm missing half a quiver, so I'll take those arrows if you need them, or if he's got them.
Whatever the standard price in the book is.
Yeah, we could always look that up later.
Yeah. It's a gold piece for 20.
Okay, I'll just buy the quiver. It's fine.
Sure. They're very finely crafted. The fletchings, he actually has a wide variety of different fletchings. Looking at your clothing and such, he hands you some with black fletching without really thinking too much about it. Hoping he got it right. If you don't say anything, he's just going to hand them to you.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
I like where your head's at.
What, you mean short? You like the fact that I'm short?
No, I meant your thinking, not your height. I would never do that.
Nah, just trying to get under your skin, elf. Anyway, so is there anything else I can do for you?
I'm all set. Are you all set, Arathis?
Good. These are fine arrows.
Of course they are. I made them.
Wow.
And fine ale, thank you so much for sharing it with us.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. Story's worth a lot more than, a few pieces of gold or a small weapon or whatever. I love hearing stories.
We shall
next time
for you next time.
Yeah, next time we come back, I will be sure to stop in with more stories.
I would love that, and we could drink together and maybe not remember it.
Sounds like a plan. We'll see you next time, Darva.
Have a wonderful day.
And not to be rude, I'll down the tankard and I'll slide it back over to him.
Okay. It's tough. Like, you after sipping on it, you're like, whoa, whoa, and you do it anyway. And like, oh, you can feel it. You're not gonna get drunk or anything off of one, right. But like, you know that if you had a night of drinking this stuff, you probably wouldn't do so well in the morning.
I try my hardest not to man up and not show it.
Make a deception check.
Deception?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Nope.
You are made of lies, elf. All right, so you actually, like, you drink the whole thing and you're trying to not, you're posturing, trying to not show it, and then you're like, and you just hear him, elves. Yeah. Yeah. So great. Without further ado, what's next for you?
I think the Bower is the last person on our list.
All right, you can head over to the Bower, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
So this Bower, I don't know. is owned by Molly Thorngage. She is a halfling.
I assume I would probably be familiar with her.
Yep.
Would I not?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You come in here often for strange bow maintenance. You know, when things go weird. Anyway,
I don't know what kind of condition is my bow in. That's what I want to know.
You do a good job of keeping it in good condition. Rage Mage doesn't know how to treat or maintain a bow, but it's assumed that you, as the owner of said bow, know how to maintain it. So it's fine. So you walk in there and you see behind a small counter, you see a woman dressed in dark brown leathers. She actually has the sides of her head shaved, and one big massive braid that goes all the way down to the ground. Which, for a halfling, isn't as far, but that's fine. And she says, "Hello? What can I do for you?" "Hello, Arathis. How are you doing?"
How are you? I'm doing good. Doing good. So what do you got in new today?
It's the same old stuff. Nothing special. You look like you're good. I see Durka's selling my arrows. That's good. That's great.
So they're yours.
Of course they are.
He claims to have made them.
Oh, we're going to have a talk, he and I. That'll be funny.
I'm sure he meant no offense.
Yeah, like you look behind her and you can see all, like, there's boxes of feathers in different colors. There's actually tons of unmade arrow shafts and different kinds of heads all over the place.
There's a reason I come only to you. I just need to restock. We were there. So.
But you bought arrows from him.
Well, like I said.
His real question is, he saw this arrow on the road and was curious if you made these or know who made them.
Right, I pull out the Heartwood sister arrow and I show it to her.
Okay, looks like a fine bit of work. What are you looking for?
Do you know who crafted it?
May I? She reaches out for it.
Absolutely.
She looks at it. Nope. Hands it back.
All right, I'll put it back.
It's hard to say. I don't put maker's marks on my things. They're arrows, you know. It would be a waste of time.
No, I mean, it's just unusual to see arrows with silver tips.
I agree. Where'd you get it?
We found it on the road. It's in a goblin carcass.
Goblins in that direction.
Well, there's goblins all over the plains.
I know.
But, yes you do. Yes you do. It sounds like you're trying to ask a question. What is that question?
Why would someone have silver-tipped arrows? From what I understand, it's an expensive process.
No, it's certainly not cheap. Were killing? It's the only thing I can think of. There are many creatures out in the world affected by different things. Silver is good for werefolk.
Of all kinds?
As far as I know, I haven't fought any myself.
Is there any other types of arrows people might carry? Maybe Arathis should have some. What if we covered an arrow tip in Alexa?
Say that again, please.
What if we covered an arrow tip in Alexa?
Electrum.
I don't know. I mean, we're coding arrow tips and currency metals.
Well, I mean, I don't know of anything that has a vulnerability to electrum, or even gold, or copper. But silver is it's known for the werefolk.
You know, if a creature was vulnerable to platinum, we might as well just die, right? We can't afford that.
Yeah, it's not cost efficient.
Well, I mean, silver's not very cost efficient either for ammunition.
Platinum's
Guess you'd have to be
100
pretty
times the price of silver, friend.
I suppose you'd have to be pretty serious about your craft.
To coat your arrows in silver? Yeah, I imagine so. You probably have a reason to go to do what you're doing.
Have you ever made these? Anything like this?
I have in the past, but I haven't in probably years at this point.
You know what's the weird thing to me is that someone's traveling around with just silver arrows, no regular arrows, and they waste these expensive arrows on goblins.
Well, if that's all they had, it's probably not a waste if they're still alive, right?
I understand. I just feel like maybe they should also have a quiver of regular arrows so they don't resort to their expensive ones.
It sounds like you know what you're talking about, and it sounds like you know who you're talking about. So I don't know what to tell you.
I just mean, wouldn't you also have arrows?
I would, yes. I would absolutely, yes.
I would use a flaming wagon to destroy a goblin.
A flaming wagon.
Of course. Anything that we had, right?
If that's what you have at your disposal and you feel like that's what you need to do, then absolutely.
There you go.
Flaming wagon.
Silver
Forget the bow business. I'm going to go open a tavern. Call it the Flaming Wagon.
There you go. I look forward to seeing that.
I'll have one of those wizard folk make an enchantment on top of it, so it looks like it's always on fire.
That would be impressive, and sounds expensive.
Also scary for the customers. It probably wouldn't work.
I don't know. It depends. Not for the faint of heart, then.
An adventurer's tavern, then.
I think you're onto something.
Mm-hmm. I could muse and muse for days.
It was what you should.
Did you need anything else?
I don't know. Marcus, did you need anything?
I'm all set. Thank you for your time.
Maybe some arrows?
I just bought some.
From someone else, and then you lied to me about it. Hmm?
I didn't lie to you about it.
You did, young man.
No, we were there. I did buy them from him.
But then you said you only buy from me. Which is true.
All right. Perhaps it was a misspoken word, but I would never lie.
Tell you what. 9 silver for a quiver.
Quivers included, yes?
Of course.
All right. I give her gold.
She bites it. Excellent.
Don't trust me.
I don't trust anybody. That's how I'm alive. She hands you a matching set of black fletched arrows that look exactly the same.
All right, I will, because I've got one on my back, I will strap that to my hip.
Okay.
Actually, kind of gunslinger style, and just kind of like put it down on my thigh, just above the knee.
Yeah, you can make it work.
Just like a quick draw type of thing.
Good luck running through the bushes, my friend. But anyway. Okay, so anything else from you two?
I think that should be all. Thank
Okay.
you for your time.
You're quite welcome. Thank you for your business.
I expect to see that flaming wagon sometime soon.
Well, keep shopping here. It'll happen.
There you go. Good day.
Good day.
All right. We walk out. Earl, I don't know what Marcus did, but he disappeared. But
That's all right.
we walk out.
Yep. I assume. Where are you going to? Where you headed?
I don't know. Really, we hadn't really talked about it. I guess I'll go back to the academy.
Okay. Make a perception check as you're walking through the square.
I am 21 perceptive.
Okay, just a moment. And Marcus is 8 perceptive. Okay, so you, Arathis, are walking around, or walking toward the academy. And you're pretty sure you see one of the sisters behind a building to the south. Like, just sort of leaning, watching.
All right, I'll stop and I'll stare right at her. And I'll nod.
Okay, it's Malin, as you look. She's got a hood up. She just sort of tips it at you.
Nod to her, and we continue.
Okay, and you make it back to the academy. So, let's see, how long did it take? We'll say all of that took about half hour. Beacon and Nyxi, you're reading.
Yes.
You hear some people walk in. You like peek around to see who it is. It's Marcus and Marcus and Arathis.
Beacon's walking in on himself. Weird.
Yeah, totally weird.
That's how hard I'm reading.
Yep, you're reading so hard. All right.
All right. I don't like loudly announce it. I just kind of walk over to Beacon. We are definitely being followed.
I'm sorry, what?
We are definitely being followed. The sisters. Or at least Malin is. She's
follow
like
you?
tracking us.
Did she follow you here?
Well, I mean, she was over by that building over there, watching us. Were I stalking prey, I would do the same. She knows I know. Again, we are safe in town. She would be foolhardy to attack us in the open. The townsfolk here know us, and they would likely side with us.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. Yeah, back to
I'm
the
not
book.
concerned.
Nyxi puts her hand on the page and looks over, and she's like, "Did you at least say hi? I mean, maybe that would throw him off. Be friendly. Kill him with kindness."
Marcus told me to stay away from them. I am confused now. Should I confront them or...
What did you do when you saw her, exactly?
I looked at her and nodded.
Did she nod back?
She did.
Okay.
She's
And-
clearly watching us.
And you just came here after you both acknowledged each other.
Yes.
Okay. I think you did okay. Good.
Do you want me to speak with her?
I don't know.
According to Marcus, I did enough talking. And I don't want to place anyone else in danger.
I just kind of wonder how much of a threat they really are. Because they really don't know. And we're not acting suspicious that I know of. So for Beacon getting drunk, that was something.
Well, he has a problem. Isn't that right, Beacon?
I'm reading.
See? He doesn't even want to talk about it. I feel sad for you, brother.
Reading.
I'm reading the whole time.
Okay, so at this point we can sort of fast forward to the rest of the day. If you two are just going to read most of the day, Beacon, what were you looking for specifically?
I was looking for saloon rituals and lycanthropy and were creatures.
Okay, make an investigation check.
I have investigated 15 things.
Okay, so you got a 15. You don't find anything on Selunite rituals. You do find a bit about were creatures. Are you looking for specific information? What exactly do you want to know about were creatures? What's the deal? I need to know what kind of information you're looking for. Everything you find so far has been very general, like where creatures are, creatures that turn into a wolf or turn into something else.
I was hoping to find more information on the conditions that trigger a were transformation.
Everything you found references the full moon. So every book is like on the rise of the full moon is when the were creatures walk as wolves, or whatever kind of thing there.
Okay. So far, I've been able to. Oh,
yeah. So far it's been non-specific. Like I said, that full moon thing is very general, something you already knew. You didn't find anything out of the ordinary there.
Okay.
Nyxi. Make another roll with advantage, please. Investigation with advantage. $21. Okay, so what were you looking for again? I'm sorry.
I was looking for the differences between a bitten werewolf and a natural born, to see what the differences is when they change into their form, or how they're made and stuff like that.
Okay. There's a lot of references to people that have been bitten. And those that have been bitten, if it's new, they change only on the full moon. If it's not new, if they've been a werewolf for a long period of time, more than a couple months, sometimes they are able to manifest the change on their own when it's not the full moon. You don't find anything about bloodline werewolves. It's not... either it's super rare, or maybe this library just didn't have it. But there are a lot of stories about, X person was bitten, they changed on the full moon, blah, blah, blah. It's all sort of the same stuff. They mentioned the allergy to silver. They mention, at least with bitten werewolves, they mention that it's hard to damage them with unsilvered weapons. They're very difficult to kill. That's most of what you get for today's reading.
All right. So Nyxi closes her book and she kind of looks at Arathis and is like, "Wow, you are so quiet in the library," and goes and puts the book away.
What does that mean? Beacon.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
Did we learn anything?
I didn't really come up with anything new.
I guess this would not be a good place to discuss that, though, yes.
Probably not.
Probably.
In fact, as you mention it, the door to the student room opens. He says, "Have a good day, my students," and the 5 or 6 students exit the building looking exhausted. Some of them have like burn marks on their fingers and little scorch marks on their clothes, but they're smiling. You know, they're just very tired, and they leave quietly. And then Wilford Lee comes out. He actually has singe marks on his beard, and he says, "Oh, what a day! What a day! It's about time for me to. Oh, you're still here! Wonderful. Did you find what you needed?"
I think we've found enough for now.
I see. Well, the library is always open. As long as the books stay here, the library will stay open. No offense to you, I would like to get some sleep, or at least a nap before the evening.
I think that's absolutely fair.
Yeah.
And I believe that we will leave you to the quiet enjoyment of this lovely establishment.
Master Beacon, thank you so much. Lady Nyxi, if you would grace my academy again someday soon, I would be a very, very happy old gnome.
Nyxi kind of goes up to him, gives him a side hug, of course, and then Roto jumps out and looks around for food and I don't know if he finds any, and then goes back in her bag.
Actually, he pulls an old crumb from his beard, and hands it to Roto, and gives him little pets. Yeah. And then he sort of starts to shoo you out the door. You step outside, and it's full night at this point. You've been in that library for probably 5 hours, 6 hours, maybe 7 or 8 hours. You don't even know. You did a lot of reading in there.
Perhaps we should head home. Maybe meet with.
Yeah, Nyxi stretches a little as they're outside the door, and she's like, "Yeah, I think we should probably head back."
Sounds fair.
Do you think any of the instructors would be open to having a discussion with the 4 of us?
I think it would be good to talk to everybody now that we talk separately, and we have more quests to do too.
Exactly.
Okay, you head back. Make perception checks, please, everyone.
I am 11 perceptive.
11 perceptive.
20.
Yeah, Nyxi, you're definitely being followed by 2 people.
She kind of nudges both of them, and she's like, "Guys, there are a couple people following us. Do you think it's The sisters, maybe?
Positive. It's the sisters.
I suppose act normal and just head back home.
I don't know why we wouldn't act normal. As I said before, if they're stalking us, they want to see what we're doing and when we're leaving. And they will likely make their move when we do leave town.
It just makes me nervous. Someone following us like that.
Well, that's certainly understandable. But, as long as we keep to, reasonably well lit in populated areas, then we should be fine.
And I'm with my brothers.
Yes.
So, yes.
It could be
There
a
is safety
possibility
in
that they don't mean us harm. And maybe we're overthinking. I mean, it's a very good possibility if they do.
I do overthink things sometimes.
No. Stop. Say it ain't so.
That's uncomfortable.
I was just kidding. I never overthink anything.
Okay. So you make your way back to the monastery without issue. Other than you're very obviously being followed. Well, not very obviously, but you're obviously being followed. But no one makes a move. No harm comes to you. No one attacks you. You're back at the monastery. It is probably mid-evening at this point. Sorry, early evening at this point. What do you want to do?
As we're heading in to the house, what would your thoughts be if they had a motive to maybe protect us? Highly unlikely, yes, but
stranger things seem to be going on all the time.
does it sound unreasonable?
Yes, but 2 weeks ago, I wasn't aware that I was a lycanthrope. So, the threshold for reasonable seems to be moving all the time.
Fair. Well, let's go find an instructor to have a discussion with.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
I think since you got the most information from yours, or maybe you asked the right questions, perhaps we should meet with your...
I imagine he's probably doing something at this time of night. Could probably ask him some questions. I don't know. Let me think. I guess what we'd want to know at this point, because he did mention possibly, possible testing or things like that, but those things would have to happen, at least at this point, at the next full moon. And my response when he mentioned that was I'd like to try to read up on the subject and get a little more information, especially if the full moon means that, I'm going to turn into a beast that might be a danger to people nearby. I don't want to be...
Let me remind you, Marcus did mention that the moon was not in the full cycle when we turned.
Well, I thought what he said was it was out of cycle. Like, the moon normally wouldn't have been full at that point, and yet somehow, when the rocks fell, we found it full. But maybe I misunderstood. I really don't remember very much of what happened at that point because I was...
I don't remember anything. All I remember is blacking out and waking up and leaving.
mentors were back at that time, so it was not a full moon. I did learn in the books, but it was the bitten ones that some of them can change when it's not a full moon, but not all of them. So I wonder if I really didn't find anything for bloodline werewolves, but I wonder if it could be true for us too, maybe.
It's possible. Maybe one of us should. Well, we should certainly talk more with our mentors. Maybe one of us should try to, transform. Hopefully the others could, hopefully that one of us that tries to transform could be in some sort of containment unit, a cell or something. And the others could, keep watch to make sure that they didn't get out and, terrorize the countryside. But maybe trying to transform outside of the full moon would be a next step.
I will try. I have tried to go within myself to reach that side of me, and I didn't know what to look for.
Well, also, you are probably among us, and the two of you are probably among us the most adept at working with animals. So, if one of us were to turn into an animal, then let's say an urbanite such as myself probably would not have a lot of tools with which to handle an animal. Does that make sense?
So one of you should attempt this. That's a lot of words to say. You or Nyxi will try this, and we will attempt to communicate with you.
I've been told that I use a lot of words. They. And
I love you dearly, brother, but you do speak a lot.
Okay. That's fair. That's a fair assessment, I think.
It comes from reading a lot of books.
There are so many words.
So many.
Sometimes too many.
So we find the mentor?
Okay,
Yeah,
you can find them easily enough, and if you're trying to call them together, you can definitely do that too. Is that what you want? You want all of them together?
I think all of them.
Yeah, I just want to have some idea of what we're going to ask them before we call them all together.
Okay.
But,
You're doing the talking.
that's exactly why I want to have an idea of what we're going to ask them before we call them all together.
Can we control this?
Yeah, can we control this? Is there some sort of vocational tract that we can take, training or meditation or something along those lines to try to make sure that we are not going to be a danger to others, and perhaps even harness this into, well, perhaps sort of perhaps a gift, something that we can use to better our community, to protect our family, to protect the monastery, to protect the town.
We are the guardians.
It's right there in the name.
Indeed. Well, you said you didn't know what to ask, but now I think you have a grasp on it.
All right. I think, yes, then we can pose that question to our mentors and see what they have to share with us.
Agreed.
Okay. You set about contacting all the various elders of the temple, and They all gather in the Chamber of the Full Moon with you. And they've all brought seats and are sort of sitting there, just sort of like waiting for your questions.
Esteemed elders, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. And let me cut to the point of gathering you all here. As you're well aware, we have recently found that we are lycanthropes, and we are concerned. We'd very much like to make sure that we're not a danger to you, to the monastery, to the town. And what we're curious about is we're wondering if there's some sort of training or meditation ritual, some sort of vocational tract that we can take to try to make sure that we can, or to best make sure that we can control, or at least find balance with our new situation, if you will, and perhaps even channel it to, truly become guardians, to better the situation of the monastery, the town.
So you actually hear light snoring, and you're looking at you look at them quickly, and you see Doran. His head is like on his chin is on his chest.
I kind of nudge Nyxi, and I'm like, he said to cut to the chase, right?
And Anya, who is sitting next to Doran, kicks him like real fast, like he's like, right.
I kind of chuckle.
You were saying?
And I go serious face.
Sorry. You were saying?
Yes. I'll try again. How do we learn to control our newfound lycanthropy?
Doran's like, I don't know. And Zarin, who is the high priestess here, looks at him and has just a small smile and says, "We don't know. Your situation is new. New to all of us. We have never met what we believe you to be."
What do you believe us to be?
Born lycanthropes? Possibly chosen of Selune? I don't know what that means.
Chosen.
Another name for born lycanthropes. And she looks at Nyxi. Children of the moon. We don't think that you will be a danger to anyone you don't want to be.
We may be in danger.
I heard. Let's not talk about that here and now. As she's looking up at the open sky of the chamber. I don't think we're being watched or listened to, but as we said earlier, or as Corellin has said, if we're cautious, don't do anything to raise suspicion, they will become bored and go away. You do have to be careful. Mind where you speak, who you speak to, and be careful with your questions as well. Because when you ask pertinent questions, makes others a bit aware of what you're asking about, and that information can spread.
Understood.
I'm not saying don't investigate. I'm not saying don't explore this. You should absolutely do so. You just need to be cautious.
Are there other clergy within the order that might be able to inform us better?
No. At least not here.
You know maybe where we could find one?
You could try to find your parents.
Our parents? You know them?
No.
I wouldn't know where to start. They were obviously drow. I do not know if they are of the surface.
Nor do I. But if they are werefolk, it is difficult for were to stay in caves and underground. Werefolk are free creatures. They run in fields, they hunt, they kill.
But we have none of these compulsions.
No, but they might.
Or at least I have not felt those things. I do not wish to wantonly harm an innocent.
This is good.
My concern is if I do change, then I may not be of my own mind.
It is theorized that because you have been what you are all your life, even if you don't know, you will have more control. That's our guess. And you see Zeluriel nodding emphatically, like, yeah.
Zeluriel, you can change at will.
Oh, no, I can't. I was bitten. Much like the others here. But it would stand to reason that if you have been this thing all your life, then you'd be able to exert more control over it.
How would we do such a thing?
That is something you'll have to learn on your own. We cannot teach you this.
Could I be in touch with that part of myself, perhaps, if I knew what I was meditating for in a meditative state? Could that be a possibility?
I suppose anything's possible. I don't rightly know. Corellin, do you have a bit more insight? You change shapes more than most. Corellin speaks up gently. My methods are different. Mine is through magic. Mine is through a knowledge of the power of nature and the magic that comes with it. Unfortunately, I cannot offer any insight. I suppose it would be... I suppose it would be the stereotypical master's way to say, you will know when you need to know.
And that we must have patience.
Indeed.
there anything else, Beacon?
Zeluriel speaks up again. Now, you mentioned that you had a shard of some kind. The one that was... Not the one that was stolen, but one similar.
Yes.
Do you have it with you?
I can go and get it, and I'll run back to my room and get it, and run back to the chamber.
It only takes a couple minutes. Your room is not that
Right.
far away. Do you know what this is? Says Zeluriel.
The best I've been able to figure up to this point is it is a shard of a mirror, but I don't know exactly.
We believe that, and Zarin actually speaks up over Zeluriel. We believe that this is a shard of the mirror created by Selune herself. It is called the Moon Mirror.
Does it do more than show the forms of lycanthropes?
When it's whole, yes. You have a small fragment.
Did the other piece of shard do the same thing?
No. No, it did not.
What does it do when it's made whole?
The Moon Mirror is capable of summoning Selune's light, or Shar's darkness.
What did the stolen shard do?
The one that was in our possession could shed light or darkness. We do not know what the others do.
I can see why that Shadow Nexus creator thing would want that shard.
About that, did it give a name? Could you tell me more about it?
Go ahead, Beacon, it's your nemesis.
It says we were unworthy.
That is what it said, that we should return to it when we are worthy of its time, which I guess I did take particular exception to, but it didn't give us a name, unfortunately.
Beacon, you have the shard wrapped, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Zeluriel actually speaks up here and says, Beacon, if I may. He holds out his hand.
Of course. I will hand the wrapped shard to Zeluriel.
I believe you mentioned in our conversation that you had not touched this shard of mirror. Is that correct?
That is correct.
He unwraps it. And he places his hand on it. For the briefest of moments, his eyes go completely black. And then back to normal. Interesting. You should touch this shard. I swear on Selune herself that I have no malice or ill intent here. It will show you a vision, that is all.
No, I hadn't thought that you had any malice or ill intent.
Well, the reason I bring it up is because you seem so hesitant to touch it.
I think it was because actually Roto touched it
Mhm.
and it changed its fur around, but it went back to normal. It was just strange.
Yes.
It's likely he was being shown the vision. Your familiar Roto.
Probably the potatoes.
I can only hope
Well,
so.
let's see those potatoes.
It did show
I
us
will-
what our nature was.
Yes, it did. It did. That is the reflection, though, showing your true self. This is something different, and you should all touch this thing.
All right, I remove my glove and I touch it.
Okay. You do. Give me just a moment. I gotta find the thing I wrote. Do-da, do-da. Okay.
We're being booped by Tucker.
All right. So you all touch it. It can be in turn or all at the same time. Doesn't really matter.
I guess we all
Yeah,
touch it.
let's touch it all at the same time. That sounds convenient.
Everything goes black. It is not darkness. It is nothing. It is more than darkness. It is the absence of everything. You try to look, but you see nothing. You listen, and you hear nothing. You neither smell nor feel anything. There is no taste, no time. Suddenly, the object appeared. Rectangular. Blacker space on black space. And yet it shimmers with an even deeper darkness. This is something... This is new. You move toward it, your consciousness reaching for it, curious, yearning. You get closer. And then you snap out of it. And you are in the room with your elders.
I don't understand.
Nor do we, but it is interesting to say the least, is it not?
Yes.
You all saw the same thing?
Are you
Kind of a
talking?
rectangular obelisk in the midst of a void.
A
Yeah.
deeper darkness within the darkness.
Void upon a void.
Is this the power of Shar?
All of you make religion checks.
Oof.
I am 3 religious today.
19 religious.
Excellent. All right, so let's see. All right, Nyxi and Marcus. Actually, Arathis and Beacon, could you deafen, please?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Are you telling me the religion checks were so bad they've gone deaf?
Yep. All right, so here's what you two know, or what comes to mind when you think of Shar. Shar is the mistress of the night, the goddess of darkness, and the caverns of Faerun. She is the twin sister to Selûne, and she has always presided over caverns, darkness, dungeons, forgetfulness, loss, night, secrets, and the Underdark. That's what you get with your rolls. Come on back, folks. Come on back. And Beacon's back. Okay, so Marcus and Nyxi sort of get reflective for a moment. Beacon and Arathis, you're like, yeah, I don't know. You're thinking about Shar and what her power is. And the mentors are just sort of watching you. The elders.
Well, Marcus, we read about Shar when I was teaching you at one point. Darkness, caves, twin
Underdark.
sister. Yes. Twin sister to Selune.
Is that what this is? Is this her power? Or do we stand against her agents? Is that what it is?
Oh.
Zarin speaks up. Yes, we oppose Shar. But never too much. There is a balance to this world and a balance to this cosmos. And we must respect that balance. Where there is light, there is darkness.
Okay, so with Selune being the guardian of lycanthropes, is there another sort of being that Shar is the guardian of?
None that I'm aware of, no.
That's good, because I'm not exactly sure what the opposite of a werewolf is.
Shadows that we fought when we graduated, obviously, are from her, I would assume.
Right, but that's not something people transform into, I don't think. I'm not an expert.
Somebody make an arcane check.
I am 11 arcane at the moment.
Anybody else?
I rolled another one.
Nice, you are kicking ass, dude.
I am just
Wow,
going to stop rolling today.
Marcus is doing better than Beacon. That's a 15.
Okay, Nyxi? Did you want to roll on that? There you go.
12.
Okay, so, actually, Nyxi and Marcus, both of you, think about it for a moment, and in your studies, you've actually read a little bit about shadows. Actually, recently, some of the books you investigated had a bunch of information about shadows. You know that shadows are undead. They are heavily connected to the Shadowfell. But also, if a shadow kills someone, there's a good chance that that person will rise as a shadow.
Undead versus werewolves. Undead versus werewolves. Where have I heard this before?
Shadowfell? Undead.
Versus werewolves.
Doran actually speaks up. It just makes sense if you think about it. Werewolves are creatures that are very much full of life. They're about living, hunting, primal energy. Undead or not. And then Ziluriel speaks again. I believe there were 2 more pieces you were seeking of this mirror. And if not, if actually 3, since we lost one. If the forces of Shar are indeed gathering up these pieces, we don't know what they want them for. It would make sense to gather them first, to get them ahead of time, so that they cannot have them.
Where's the next one that isn't the furthest away?
Trying to remember, I believe might have been in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, right. Because the other one was like super far.
There was one in Baldur's Gate, and there's one in Mithranor, very far to the north and to the east.
Oh, fun.
An ancient elven city fell to ruin.
I've always wanted to go to Baldur's Gate.
There's also one underground in the Underdark. Somewhere.
We could go there.
Is that the one that you said was stolen?
There's one that we can't locate. It's not on this plane.
Oh.
If we do go into the Underdark, Beacon, I will warn you, my people, they will not negotiate with you.
That's fair. I don't know what I'd negotiate with them about at the moment, but
No words of peace.
if I'm sorry, what?
No words of peace.
Perhaps I'll let you do the talking then.
Or I wouldn't be talking.
So, Nyxi, where do you think we should go?
I would say Baldur's Gate kind of sounds good for now.
I'm seeing many nods around the table, says Zarin.
I've had enough of underground for right now.
That's fair.
And snakes.
I do apologize. I wish we had more information to give you, but your situation is rather unique. I am
Is there
sorry.
some way that perhaps we can commune with Selun? I am no cleric.
No, you do not need to be. Perhaps you should pray to your own goddess.
Illustrate.
They are of the same purview.
Very well.
I feel like a really bad sibling here, but any of the four of us strict followers of Selun?
Nyxi. Nyxi raises a hand.
I mean, obviously, she's given us solace.
And you all know that you don't need to be to live here. Like, you've followed your own path for the most part. And the elders here have done their best to just coach you on that path. They've never been like, you must do this. You must worship this. Never. That's not their thing.
I don't know. Illustrate just made sense to me.
Zarin says, of course. Of course.
You have to justify your worshiping choices.
To Baldur's Gate, then. After prayers?
Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
Excellent.
Be ready to travel in the morning? Now.
I'll get the tent.
I guess we go now then.
Oops.
I'm going to attempt to commune with my goddess before we go. I go to my room and
Okay.
I go into that whole relaxed, peaceful state go into my meditation and throw up my prayers to Illustrate. Ask for her guidance.
Oh, okay, we'll get to that in a moment. What's everyone else doing?
It sounds like we're getting ready to go. I'm still not 100% clear on whether we're going in the morning or we're going now. But I'm going to go and just pack a few things and gather up that tent and make sure I have it ready to go for whenever it is that we're actually going.
Okay. As both BK and both Arathis and Beacon, as you get up to leave, the elders all come up to you and like shake your hand and give you a pat on the back or just an encouraging word to sort of send you on your way and let you know that they wish you their best.
Thank you.
Each of them individually. It's a little weird.
When I get to Zarin, because she's my mother figure, I do something uncustomary and hug her.
So she stiffens immediately. But then after a moment, sort of gently pats you on the back.
And I kind of whisper in her ear, I will not fib. I am afraid.
She says, "It's okay to be afraid. Fear is acceptable. It's what you do when you're afraid that matters."
I have placed them in danger.
How have you placed them in danger?
I possibly told those who would hunt us and kill us for who we are or what we are.
Okay, first let me go, and then we'll go talk in a corner.
Okay, I let her go. Like, this is weird now.
Yeah, that's exactly the feeling you get from her. She says, "Excuse us," and you move off to talk. Please continue.
As soon as we leave, we are being tracked by 2 possible hunters that I may be responsible for telling what we are.
Okay. It is possible. That makes things more difficult. But as I said, or as we have said earlier, give them no reason to suspect. None. Just be yourselves.
I do not wish to harm them, but I will not let them harm my family.
Of course not. That speaks to your character.
I fear that when we go to Baldur's Gate, we may not return.
That is always a danger, is it not?
It is.
I have trained you well. You have learned your lessons well. The rest is up to fate, Saloon.
I'm holding back tears the whole time because I'm scared, so.
You will be fine. You will do your best. And if you do die, you will die with purpose. Take solace in that. There are those that live their lives without meaning, flitting through the day-to-day. You have a goal. You have a quest.
Indeed. I should go.
You'll be fine. She punches you in the shoulder really hard.
Ow. I mean, I just let her go. I let her do it. But I should go.
You should.
And I nod to her, or I actually give her a curt bow.
She returns it.
All right, and I head to my room, ready my gear, and then I go into the meditation.
While it's happening, is anyone else doing anything else?
Yeah, Nyxi sees Arathis hug. And she kind of jumps up a little and she's like, my hugs are working.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then she actually will go to the clearing where Cruellen usually is to send up a prayer for safe travels and stuff.
Okay. How deep of a, like, are you looking for spiritual guidance or are you just praying?
Just praying.
Okay. Beacon, Marcus, anything?
Marcus will give Doran a hug goodbye and go to that little stream area you said he worships Saloon by. Sorry, Saloon, I'm sorry, Suni by, and do his own praying.
Excellent. Excellent. Beacon, anything?
After I've packed up the tent, I'm gonna enter trance, and I'm just going to commune with that voice inside my head.
Okay. Sounds good. Nyxi, make a wisdom check for me, please.
$14.
14. It's a great roll. You are sitting in the garden. That's where you wanted to go, right? You're sitting in the garden. You don't think Corellin is here. And you're staring up at the sky. Beautiful, brilliant night sky. Very clear moon. Wind is blowing through the tree in the garden. And for the briefest moment, it's a very, very small thing, but for the briefest moment, you feel like the moon is smiling. And you are comforted in that moment. You feel like everything's going to be okay. You have your family. They will always be there to support you. And that's it. Arathis,
Yes.
make me a wisdom check, please.
Just 1 second. Okay, for some reason my cursor is attached to the map and it keeps floating around. Okay, there we go. You said wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
A 6. Wow.
You're in your chambers, surrounded by the comforts of home. And you're just looking forward to the journey ahead. Like, you are scared. But you're not alone. To be alone would be worse.
Agreed.
And you take solace in the fact that you've never been truly alone. And that's it. You rolled a 6.
Yep. Ta-da, 6.
Marcus, make me a wisdom check, please.
That is a 13. And also, he has a specific question in his mind too.
Okay.
Which is do you think all of me is ugly?
So you are... describe for me a bit what your prayer ritual looks like. Like, what do you do?
Well, he's looking at the reflections in the water. Sometimes he brings flowers. If maybe he picked a couple on his way over there. But it's a lot of just looking and meditating and thinking and trying to see anything that's beautiful, like the sunset or any of the leaves, and focusing on the general area.
Okay. This night, this clear, slightly windy night, you stare into the small reflecting pool that you found. And you could swear for the briefest moment in your reflection as you stare down at it. Like maybe a cloud goes over the moon for a moment. You could swear that you see a woman with brilliant fiery red hair right behind you in that reflection, with her hand on your shoulder. And then it's gone. And you too, you feel comforted. You're moving with purpose. You have a wonderful family, a great support network.
Marcus whispers, "Thank you," and slowly stands up and walks away.
I think that's a good spot to end the session.
Wow.
Wait, did I skip Beacon?
You did.
I did. I'm an asshole.
Well, if it's a good place to end the session, it's a good place to end the session.
I know, I'm getting yelled at in text by my girlfriend.
Oh.
Well, the mood is broken, so
skip
fuck it.
someone.
Let's end it anyway. I'm kidding. Beacon,
Yes.
you said you were entering trance
Yes.
and just sort of living with the voices in your head.
Well, the one in particular, the one that kind of gives me my powers.
Yeah.
And I do have one particular question for them, and it's really just out of curiosity. Did you know?
Make a charisma check.
I will do that very thing. Ooh, not very charismatic. I am only 4 charismatic at the moment.
For the briefest of moments, even though your eyes are closed, you sense the lights in the room get brighter for just a moment. And that's it. You feel calm. You feel comfort. And your mind wanders to the journey ahead. What could it bring? You rolled a 4, buddy.
Yeah. That's fair.
We rock with the rolls tonight, I tell you what.
Now we'll end the damn session. I'm so sorry, Beacon. I did not mean to skip you. I feel like such a
And
dick.
so the damned session is ended.
Session of the Damned. Cool. Well, thank you all very much for playing tonight. I hope you had fun.
I had
We
fun.
did.
I don't know about
Thank
anybody
you.
else, but I had fun.
Good.
I know about everybody else. We all had fun. Thank you, Rage.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. Let's do quick highlights, and then we can just end it and talk a little bit after. Why don't we start with Marcus this time? Also, like, talk about your streams and stuff. Tell me who you are and where we can find you on social media and all that other stuff.
Oh, right, I do that. Hi, I'm Tucker Kratt. I stream on Twitch. At least I used to, but I will again next calendar year, definitely in time for the Puppy Bowl, which you'll hear lots about soon enough. I have an Instagram in which I post pictures of all the dogs that I watch. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm surrounded in dogs almost all the time. Highlights. I love, like, every time Rage has, like, us interact with our mentors or something personal to us, like our gods. Like, it's very sweet, and it's very clear that he's, been paying attention to us like a good DM senpai should.
Oh, God. Oh, yikes. Okay. You, senpai. You. I'm not worthy of that. Did you have anything else?
He noticed.
It's just highlight. I'm sorry I missed, like, 45 minutes of it because my vet called at an inopportune time, but everything's fine, everybody.
I'm glad everything's okay. We were a bit worried about you. Okay, let's move to Beacon.
Hello. My name is Player1_ATX. That's my Twitch handle. And one day I might start streaming on Twitch, but in the meantime, you could catch some of my DJ exploits, mixes, and my Instagram and stuff like that at djplayer1.com. But as far as highlights tonight, I thought it was kind of fun that I was trying to play up the loquaciousness of Beacon, and I feel like it's very good that the characters he was interacting with were, to some extent, like, sometimes being charmed by it, and sometimes being like, "Good Lord, will he ever shut up?" And and Dorn just outright snoring while I was trying to talk was also kind of funny, because that should be the reaction to that sort of foolishness. So, good. Thank you, Raid, for giving me that, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
That's good. So
I'm happy to snore at you at any
Wonderful.
time. Okay. I assume you're done?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Let's go to Arathis next.
Hi, I'm Big Kahuna 0275. That's also my Twitch handle as well. I do stream here on Twitch now Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. I usually go probably like 6, 7 p.m. till very, very late at night.
That's Central, right?
Yes, Central.
Okay. Central time.
Yeah, so you guys can actually find me also on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Like, I don't ever really do much with Facebook, but yeah, I mean, I stream a lot of variety games. I like good RPGs and something with a great story. As far as highlights goes, I took a stab at the humor. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope it didn't drag the game out any, but I really enjoyed people's reactions to it, so I thought that was a good thing.
Cool. It was a lot of fun. I think you did a great job. Nyxi, it's now your turn.
Oh gosh, highlights. I love how, I could just pull out Roto and you could say, he jumped on the table and that was it. But you make him go up through Wilferby's cloak and all this other stuff, and I think that is so much fun. Just the additions you have on for Roto and stuff like that. So much fun with that.
That's all Gold Luca, by the way, not me.
The end with the Proto Saloon. With the things I'm going through right now that I found out this week, and you just saying that everything will be okay and stuff like that. I kind of needed to hear that. so it's just like, okay, tears, no. But anyway, I had a great time with y'all, and thank you everyone for being here. I do stream on Twitch. I start for the first time in Fallout 4 on Saturday.
Nice.
I stream Saturday and Sundays, and every other Thursday cozy streams for now. If my schedule changes, I'll change that on Twitter and stuff like that, which it probably will within a couple of months. But other than that, that's me.
Okay. Great. So you folks know me. I'm Rage Mage. I do both graphic design and streaming here on Twitch. My Twitch stuff is a lot of video games and things like that, but sometimes I also do art on stream. My graphic art stuff is a lot of logos. I've even done some like wedding plans and wedding programs and table cards and things like that. So if you want Twitch graphics, awesome. If you want other kinds of graphics, that's awesome too. Just hit me up. My stuff is everywhere and I need the work, so hit me up. But anyway, that said, my big highlight was actually the way that you all reacted to having the sisters in town was a lot of fun for me. Because it could have been like, yeah, sure, they're in town, we don't care. But it was also like, rather, it was a, like, oh, this is a thing we need to worry about. And we don't know their intent. And we, like, there was a lot of moving around the sisters that I thought was a lot of fun, which I enjoy as a DM, but at the same time, like, might not be great for everybody. But it was great to see all the moving parts in that whole scenario. And also the prayers and things at the end were a lot of fun for me. And it was nice to be able to hopefully bring your characters and maybe yourselves some comfort in tough times. So, that said, we're going to take off. We'll be back again in 2 weeks unless people have objectives. Objectives, Jesus Christ. Objections.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. All right. Thanksgiving,
We
right?
have Turkey Day, yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to stream on Thanksgiving. So 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I'll have to remember that. I'm bad at dates and times. Anyway, we're going to say goodnight, everybody, and I'm going to give you all a big wave. Good night, chatters. You guys are awesome. And I'm going to deafen here, and then I'm going to sign off with the chat for good. For good. Okay, everybody. So that was the session. I hope you all had fun. I had a great time. It was not a lot of action, but I think it was a lot of really important groundwork for things to come. So hopefully you all found that enjoyable, and I really like the interplay between the characters a lot. It feels natural to me. It feels absolutely natural to me. Hey, what's up, Raisins? Yeah. So I'm gonna go. Maybe get some sleep. We'll see what's going on. And I'll probably see you tomorrow for a daytime stream or something. Maybe smash some more zombies in Dying Light. Maybe do something else. I don't know. Somebody ban _cop12, please, because get that shit out of here. Anyway, Raisins, good to see you. Good to see you, everyone, but I gotta go. Have a great night. You guys are amazing, and I will talk to you soon. See ya.